all is one of you has come into an inheritance. You've had a distant relative had died, and after many many years of searching, the whatever the fantasy, equivalent of legal representation, they finally tracked you down and handed you an old brittle piece of parchment that turns out that this document is the deed to a manor, and the name of the property on the deed is Willowby Hall, which is on the outskirts of a village called Turnip Hill. So I think we need to identify which one of you is the character in question. I don't know if anyone wants to shout out and make a case that their character either has like a high charisma or had a background that makes sense that they were the one.
I think the Kiwi has 1 hit point, and so to me it makes sense that he should be the person that is inheriting it.
I think I'm very ill at this time of year, and it could go to somebody else if I die. So why not it be me? Yeah,
Well,
it'd be me. And if I die, it'll go to my next of kin, which is someone in this group.
now, see that makes a lot of sense. That it would be you. That that this Turnip Hill is like pretty remote. It's going to be a long journey getting there. You've heard like the roads in that area of the wilderness. It's fraught with like bandits and things like that. And so, you've
Lots
reached
of
out.
geese.
There's lots of geese, maybe. um, so you've reached
Big
out to
geese.
your family members, your friends, paid maybe even some hirelings, some mercenaries to come with you to kind of protect you and make sure that you make the journey out there okay. And so you all,
So glad
we don't have to have
for
like a
my
big discussion
friends.
about this, but you can kind of decide for yourselves what the relationship is. How are you related to? Uh, you want to tell us a little bit about your character? Do they have a name? Make up a little something.
Oh,
Tell us about them a little bit.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of just made this up on the spot while we were doing this. I am Punchy the Lucky, descended from many Punchies the Luckies. Uh, I'm a very frail looking kind of scrawny looking guy, and I have invited several people thinking they're my friends. I don't know if they're here for me or my inheritance, but they decided the journey along with me. But yeah, I am Punchy the Lucky. I think I'm lucky. My,
Awesome.
my my recent relative was Punchy the Unlucky. That's why he's dead.
Sounds good. And we just had another donation come in from anonymous donor. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, it puts us at about $70 away from our goal. So,
Ooh,
if
almost
you
there.
would like to make a donation, just type into the chat !extra life. That'll pop up the link to donate. So, thank you so much. Yeah, so Punchy, you have gathered together this group to go and claim your inheritance and whatever treasures may lay inside of it. You have very very scant information about it, but your journey has now taken you out into the remote countryside. It's been several days of kind of roughing it, if you will. And so you're kind of feeling a little bit relieved. You start to see some signposts along the way that actually have the name Turnip Hill on it, so maybe if you pick up the pace, you might even be able to get there um, before midday and be able to pick up a meal and maybe an ale and kind of get acquainted with your new home, your new village. But with that in your heart, in your thoughts, all of those thoughts of comfort kind of leave you as you kind of crest this hill and finally get to peer down on this village that would be awaiting you. But as you look down, you can see a place that seems to be. It almost looks like a tornado or hurricane, like went through this area. Like there are overturned carts on these muddy roads that run through the village. Buildings, some of them look like they've been like hit by like a tree or something, and like rubble is cascaded down at their foundations. And you see there's a number of people kind of hanging out, like it looks like almost surveying the damage, based on like some of the things that you're seeing. This seems like maybe that some of this wreckage is pretty recent, um, and so you can even see kind of at the center of town. You can see there's a 2-story building there with like a signpost out, and this is it's a small town. So what do you got? You got a tavern, and right across from it you got a church. But the church looks like it's a little rough for wear. It almost looks like there was maybe a bell tower there at one point, but it is completely fallen in on itself, and it almost looks like something just fell out of the sky and like hit it.
Got like a flame. This place looks great, guys. I have a good feeling about it.
You have a good feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, with the overturned cards, this place looking like a dump. I'm happy about this place. I feel like it's got the makings of something big, and hopefully I get to live to see it.
You know, I think you're right. I think it is the perfect dramatic setting for my new play. It's going to be a tragedy.
What do you
I'd be
fellas
concerned
think?
with that church. It's in disarray. It's been desecrated.
Yeah.
So as you're all taking stock of maybe what, oh sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm done. I'm done. Sorry.
You're just taking stock of this, and you're kind of questioning what could it be, what had happened. You decide to go further into town and maybe strike up a conversation. You find yourself in that kind of square where you can see the tavern. Of course, this time of day, it's probably like early afternoon as you're arriving into town. Normally, there would be a lot of patrons in a tavern, get people, even just like local people grabbing lunch or whatever. And of course, there's nobody inside. Sitting outside, you can see there is this, I guess, a man that looks maybe a little less nervous than the rest of the folk that you see kind of piling through the rubble and taking stock of their homes and such. He's got kind of like blondish, braided hair, long. He's smoking a pipe, and you go and you strike up a conversation. You ask him like, "What's going on?" He says, "Well, yeah, man, you wouldn't believe what went down this morning, man." So I'm just like chilling here in front of my. And you can see there's like a sign that's hanging out front with a cow on it, and like the name of the establishment is the Frosty Cow. Yeah, he's like, I'm just out here out front having. I was just chilling, having some ice cream, and I was watching the sunrise when out of nowhere, this huge dude came falling right out of the sky. I'm talking mountain sized, man. This guy had a wicked, cloudy white beard. I was jealous, man.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did he fall off a dragon? I feel like all good
Oh, I
theatrical
didn't see a
things have to have
dragon.
dragon.
I didn't.
He
It could have
must
been a
have
dragon,
looked
man. I don't know.
Listen. Are you sure you weren't, you know, smoking something? Because
I'm
you sound a
smoking
little.
something right now.
That's what I'm saying. Are you sure this was tangible?
It was before I started smoking, man. I told you I was just having a little lick of some ice cream with the sunrise. And it happened. I mean, look around. I'm not making it up. Like you can
Do
see.
I see a giant aspirin on the ground somewhere?
Yeah, actually, like pretty, like he wasn't lying. Like it came right, like it's like right in the town center is like this big imprint of maybe not exactly an ass print, but you're using your imagination. You could imagine that it was a giant or something. And there's definitely like the roads are pretty muddy, and there is like straight up just like feet, giant sized footprints all around. And he just continues. He's just like, yeah, right there. See, I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. He was pretty steamed, man. He he was all like, "Give me back my goose, bro." And then he walked right up to the church over there, and there were some people. I think there were some people praying in there, but maybe he didn't know that. I don't, I don't know. But he grabbed the bell tower and he just yanked the big old bell out, and he was flailing it around like a wrecking ball, and he's just wrecking up the buildings left and right.
Where'd he go?
Oh man, you're not gonna believe this. Luckily, he's gone, and he went in the direction of this spooky old place up on the hill past the wood.
Of course.
Yeah, we were kind of looking for that. How is that place?
Uh, I mean, it's okay. When I was a kid, I used to go up there, but everyone said it was a little haunted, maybe, and you know, you tell big stories, ghost stories around the campfire about it.
Oh, lovely. That sounds like absolutely the next place we should go.
Yeah.
Perfect for inspiration.
Well, no, you shouldn't go there though. I told you the big pissed off guy went up that way, so you should go. You should stay right
You
here.
don't understand. I pulled out a letter. Yeah, it's technically mine now.
Oh,
I'm the next of kin.
oh, okay. Well, you better hurry then, because he seemed like he was wanting to wreck stuff. I think he was chasing some dudes. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, he was chasing. There was like these three
Were they
people.
goblins?
One of them might have been a goblin. I didn't get a good look at the one with the hood and the baggy cloak, but there was
They were small dudes. Small dudes.
Oh, and one of them. Wait, you're saying like smaller than the big guy? Yeah.
Right, man.
Yeah,
right.
they were like your size and my size, and like all of us, like sized like us.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, the one guy, I mean, he was pretty tall. There's a guy with this like mean looking mustache, handlebar mustache. He had this sweet like two-handed sword thing. I think he might have been a knight or something. And oh, I remember there was this cute little lady. She had a hook for a hand though. I wouldn't mess with her. She had all sorts of like knives and stuff. And then yeah, like there was one that yeah, that's pretty funny. You said something about a goblin. There was one person that was kind of had his big hat, you know, like the important people wear.
Like a wizard?
Like a lizard. Wizard.
No, wizard. Wizard, yeah.
Yeah. Like a wizard. And there was like big baggy cloak, and there was like something like in the cloak. I don't know what it was. It just was very uncooperative. It looks like it was trying to get away, try to get loose. Kept making this honking sound. Wonder what that would have been.
Could it have been perhaps the goose?
Oh, right, the goose. He was talking about goose.
Seems like they might be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you have any ice cream?
Yeah, man. I'll get you some.
Oh.
I'll get you a cone.
Oh, thank you.
Because
We're
I'll
gonna
get you
need
some
it.
ice cream.
That ice cream might make you feel funny.
Kelly said he was smoking afterwards, though, so I'm gonna take my chances. Tastes really lovely. What did you? Is this your recipe?
Yeah, that's my
Wow.
inheritance. That's what I got. You got a house, but I got an ice cream recipe.
It sounds like you might have gotten the better end of the deal right now. We have to try it. You guys have to try this. It's awesome.
So I see that Clifford Kurowski has redeemed the incentive Potion of Healing. So we're going to say he gives you like this like little bucket of ice cream that will function as
Aw.
1d6 worth of healing if you consume it.
Does it still work if it's
It
melted?
doesn't melt. Yeah.
Definitely.
I love it.
Sweet
Thank
ice cream,
you.
do it.
Thank you
It's
for
a
the
vanilla
donation.
shake of healing.
What flavor is it?
Don't worry about healing me, guys. I'm good.
It's just the creamiest flavor of ice cream I can imagine.
Should we head up? Should we head up to the house or?
They might take my inheritance away. We need to check it out.
Yeah.
Ready to get this job done.
Jesus.
Oh, this is the first time I've heard you speak this entire trip. Have you
I'm
always
very
spoken like this?
mysterious. Don't like to give it away. I'm ready to go.
Do you have something in your throat? Wanna breath with me in a minute?
No.
Amateurs, amateurs.
It's that cowl he's wearing. It affects his speech.
Yeah.
I can see
Well,
you're
I
struggling
love
to
it.
turn your head a little bit.
Time to go. Time to go.
All right, so you are getting maybe more acquainted with one another than you were these past few days on the road. And it sounds like you're going to follow this path from the village that would lead to what you are assuming is Willowby Hall. And the path leads you through a woods. There is a bit of a cool breeze that stirs on the leaves. Ancient trees kind of all around you. There is a little bit of a feeling of, I don't know, the hairs on your arms kind of stand up on end. There's just sort of like a vibe in the air that is unnerving. And it doesn't help that carrying on the wind, you can hear this kind of rhythmic sound, this deep metallic dong, dong, kind of grows louder with each step, echoing faintly through the woods. But then suddenly
What's
it
the bell?
stops at some point as you're traversing forward. It just becomes maybe more unnerving that there's just this deathly silence.
Are there any like townspeople looking at us or?
No, as you left the village, most of the townspeople are they're busy. And you're certainly not the strangest looking, the strangest thing that has happened to them today, so they don't take too much note of you as you pass through. And so you continue your approach. Eventually, the trail through the woods opens up into this broad clearing, and you can see perched on the edge of the clearing there is a 2-story estate. Sorry to say,
And it's still
Punchy,
there.
it is still here. It does seem to be in a bit of disrepair, but none of it necessarily looks like it's related to a giant. It's mostly natural things. The roof is sagging a bit. Many of the windows are kind of blown out, shattered fragments of glass on the sills. Creeping ivy that clings to the facade.
I don't know much about you guys, but I actually really like this aesthetic. I mean, when I first came off the boat, I used to live in a mud house, so this is like an improvement.
Yes, it has a very like almost dark academia feel about it, doesn't it?
I mean, the roof sagging in is like I never had a roof before, so that's a vast improvement.
Well,
Yeah.
I love it. Mhm.
Doesn't look haunted, not off.
No, no. I mean, I'm sure we have someone who could probably tell us if it's haunted or not.
Can
What-
perform a blessing on the house. I'm sure that'll be sufficient.
That sounds like a good idea.
I don't think a blessing is gonna fix what's wrong with this house.
Well, that'll take care of the haunting, maybe. Anybody have a spell to fix the roof?
I do have holy water though for the haunting. I mean, we really can do something about that. The roof, less so.
As you're taking stock of the state of the building and maybe assessing like what kind of repairs would be necessary, whether a blessing is necessary. There's potentially all sorts of things wrong with this place. But then you hear a tremendous crash that splits the silence coming from the trees behind you. And you can hear what sounds like trunks of trees clashing through the woods, almost like snapping and breaking and thundering to the ground. There is something massive coming in your direction. You hear the bell. Dong, 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 louder now. And coming towards you.
Can I take my bell out and try to like keep time with the other bell?
Absolutely. Dong,
Quickly
ding,
into the
dong,
house,
ding.
everybody.
Go! It's time to go.
Yes, let's get into the house.
I've already scattered.
So you all,
Let
yes,
trumpet put down our retreat into the house.
you all make a wise assessment. Standing out here would probably be a poor decision. Start running towards the double doors that make up the front entrance. And, there might be a few of you just taking a look over your shoulder to see what you might see. And, of course, there is this humongous giant with kind of tinted blue skin. And, yes, this big, huge beard that's, like, got clumps of, like, leaves and I don't know. There's maybe like a couple of animals that you like, a dog or something, like, or a cow stuck in it that's like moving around. This guy he towers over. He's taller than the building itself. He's got to be at least 25, maybe 30 feet tall, and he is just clearing through these trees like nothing. And he's got this bell that's on the end of this rope, and he is hovering it around. He's just shouting, "Give me my goose! Thieves! Kidnappers!" But you make your way through the doors and slam the doors shut. You can't be sure whether he saw you or not, but he is very much got his ire raised. And so you take a deep breath, take stock of the area that you are standing in. This appears to be a grand entrance hall. At least your imaginations can kind of piece together what it might have looked like at its height. To your left and to your right as you enter, and I'll sketch this out on the graph paper in just a second, but you can see that there are these 15-foot tall black marble pillars, 6 on one side, 6 on the other, 12 in total. They are immaculate. It doesn't seem like there is a chip or a scratch on them. And each of them rises up to the ceiling. And around the Great Hall, you can see a balustraded balcony. There's a grand staircase that goes up to a second floor. And directly above you, in between the pillars, you can see a big, great chandelier with, many circles filled with half-burned candles. And there's definitely like heavy cobwebs and dust bunnies and stuff. Like, this place hasn't been cleaned up or maintained in decades.
Are there any mud tracks? Maybe those guys ran into here.
There are. And it seems like, well, would you like to kind of look around and be able to assess like what that looks like or where they went or whatever? So this is kind of how we'll handle things. So for the duration, Adrian, your character, for this next 10 minutes, like, that's what you're kind of doing. You're scoping out those tracks and trying to see what you might learn from that. How about others? Any like immediate actions that anyone wants to do in this next 10-minute segment?
I'm gonna examine each of the pillars and just kind of be like, is there, anything, different about them? Is there any like levers or anything, or just kind
Yeah.
of check?
Yeah, definitely. Like in the next 10 minutes, as you're looking at these pillars, one thing that you notice is that each of them has an identical trait. Probably about maybe 10 feet. We'll say like 8 feet up the pillar. Each one has this like sigil that's inscribed of like a half moon.
Okay.
This seems more mystical than academical, but it's still very dark.
It certainly does. I kind
So
of just shout aloud hello, see if the room echoes.
Ha!
Yes, there is an echo as you shout that out.
under the guise of blessing the house, I'm going to try to sneak away and see if I can find a study or something like that. If I can figure out anything about this deceased uncle and his dealings.
Okay. Do you want to actually split off from the group, or you just
Just
in general like looking out for
general area.
signs of
Yeah,
a
like I'm not gonna go upstairs or anything, but if there's like a, room off to the side or anything, I can slip into.
sure. Other actions from anybody?
I am going to coyly lean against a pillar, take out a notebook, and write the best couplet about a goose that I possibly can while everybody else is doing something useful.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Well, I'm going to tuck the bucket of ice cream safely away in a corner where I can keep an eye on it and see what I can see about the ceiling.
When you look up and you kind of search the ceiling, it looks like normal. Like you can see the chandelier and you could see um the dust and the cobwebs and everything like that. But as you concentrate on it, these marble pillars raise up and you almost see like past the physical structure of the ceiling into like a night sky with stars, almost as if you were looking past an illusion of this physical ceiling and past it into the cosmos.
Whoa, maybe he did have something in the ice cream. This
Told ya.
is utterly amazing.
Can you taste colors?
I'm going to try. Are you asking me that?
Of course. You look like you're having a little trip there.
It's.
Do your fingers feel
Can
like
you guys see that?
None of you can see that.
Can we share?
I'm having
Told
what she's
ya.
having?
Told you about the ice cream.
My character, while that's going on, will just kind of sneak to the entrance and just do just a small crack to see if that giant or whatever was chasing us is still out there.
Sure. Okay, we'll get back to you in just a moment.
Cool.
Let's see. I think I've got something from just about everybody. Yes.
Yeah.
Adrian, your character's been looking around at these tracks. It seems like the muddy footprints seem two pairs of them go upstairs. So up this large staircase that seems to lead up to the balcony. And the other goes out this door to the west. The door is closed currently, but there's a wooden door here. Two doors that flank the hall to the east wing and the west wing.
I'll relate that to everybody in the group.
Now,
What should we?
Punchy,
Yes.
you've probably been holding out some information from the rest of the group. You know
have,
a
you know.
little bit more about this very distant relative. And actually, the story goes that the way that you inherited this place, you didn't have a relative that died necessarily. They just disappeared.
Oh.
So while you maybe
Yeah.
have been going around telling everybody that you had a Punchy too that you were related to, and everyone seemed to like buy that,
Yeah.
your relative, his name is actually Elias Fenwick. And you know that he was a member of kind of an occultist society. He was into some pretty weird stuff. So like all of the stories that you heard about this place being haunted, you think that there's probably rational explanations for all of those things, and thus you brought all of these people with you to protect you as you came to check out your inheritance.
You know, guys, I'm glad I brought you all with me. You know, this place is a big place, and it's gonna be hard to go through what items I own and what items I don't own in the place. You know, is there anything on the inheritance letter that suggests I should check a place out in particular, or just the house in general?
Not necessarily. There's probably references to not only do you inherit the house itself, but you would inherit all of the books and tomes of quote in quotations research that belonged to him. Um, you know, you inherit the contracts of any servants. Maybe contracts is in quotes too. Like there's a lot of like in quotes things in your contract suggesting
Things
that.
I'm supposed to have. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep this all quiet from the party. The reason they're here is because I'm letting them. I'm telling them I'm keeping it all for myself.
Yes. Now,
Understandable.
Isaac, your character is posted up at the double doors. You crack the door open. You're kind of keeping an eye on things, and since you ran in here, you can definitely like hear like swearing and the movement of the giant. You don't see him immediately out the door as you're looking out there, but I think maybe it's time to use one of these redemptions. And so we had a bone breaker. Tom had been redeemed, so he's going to make his presence here. And as you're looking out there, it's kind of like you're looking. It gets like silent again, like you don't hear him all of a sudden, and then out of nowhere, you just see that bell come swinging towards the double doors and like smash into it. You kind of jump back a bit as bits of wood and such splinter away, but it makes a really loud dong sound and that cascades throughout the great hall. And Ryan, you were looking at the pillars, correct? So the one that you were like immediately like you're startled a bit. You look back, but when you return your gaze at the marble pillar, that sigil on the one that you were looking at, that half moon, like just like melts off of the pillar.
Cool.
Give me it.
Did I touch the ice cream? What happened?
What did you see?
I didn't you guys see the moon?
Crash.
Didn't know. There's a giant trying to break in. I didn't notice that.
There's a library of books I know where it's safe to be in. We can cover, according to this letter. We can run in there.
It would be most opportune.
Warwick is right by a door. And he said, well, there's some footsteps here. Let me track some mud into this room.
I'm grabbing the bucket.
It doesn't matter. We have to go.
I'm
We have
just
to
grabbing
move.
the bucket and moving.
I'm going to open up that door that I'm at, Alex.
Which door? This one?
Yeah.
All
where
right.
there's one set of footprints.
Okay. And you're all following? Yes.
Yeah.
We're all following.
Safety in numbers.
No one
For
wants
now.
to take a chance on the journey yet. That's probably good.
Not yet.
So you open up this door and you all like make your way into the next room. And in here, the door opens up and you can see around the room this kind of green floral wallpaper. And there's a number of chairs, kind of cushioned chairs, maybe four, let's say four on the south side. Right behind them, shattered glass from windows and moth-eaten, just ruined drapes. And in the corner, you could see there's a harpsichord, pretty dusty, but looks like the kind of instrument that the wealthy it probably fetch. It's in looks like in pretty good condition. Other than the fact that it's needs a dusting or whatever. The lid on it is closed. Looks like there's some sheet music, not only like sitting in a little stand on the instrument, but kind of a little stack of sheet music on a little bench in front of the keys. Yeah, and then there's like a door on the west side of the room. So one exit out of this room.
Okay. I want to check out the harpsichord.
Okay, I want
I
to
mean,
play
it's
the
part of
harpsichord.
It's part of my house, so I gotta check it out, see if it still works.
I'll come
If it
with
still has
you.
strings.
Okay. So
Do you think we should talk to the giant and let him know that we're good guys and that
Are
we can help him find his goose? No.
are we good guys?
Do we want to
Seems
help him
very
find his
angry.
goose?
Oh, well, so he doesn't, kill us.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that
a
makes
good
sense.
guy.
Well, he's not after us. He's after people who ran in here.
I
Oh,
mean,
we
I would
ran
be
in here
very
too.
true. I would be very open if you wanted to speak to him because I feel like if you do and you're successful in sort of quelling his needs, that's great. We get to live. And if you don't, I'll just make sure you have the most wonderful, heroic death in my new novel.
It sounds like maybe you should talk to him. You got all this flowery language. Yeah, I think you should talk.
Yeah.
Right? What does everybody think?
I vote her. I
Yeah.
vote soap.
Yeah.
What was that couplet that you had
I
about
could
the goose?
try.
Maybe you could use that. Maybe it'll work.
Oh goodness.
If this harp works, I can give you some background noise for it. Harpsichord.
So there's some conversation that is happening while a few actions are happening. I heard, Kiwi, you were going to go check out, kind of assess the mechanics, if you will, of the harpsichord.
Yeah.
And then you also, I don't know, I'll let you guys play off of this, because then Soap, you go over and like sit down on the bench, like looks like
Yeah.
maybe cracking some knuckles, getting ready to maybe play. There's some music, and your background was poet, right?
Yep.
So I think it seems reasonable. You probably have some musical talent. You're looking at the sheet music. You feel pretty confident you could, play this tune if you wanted to.
Okay. Is it anything I recognize? Like, have I seen this musical piece before?
We'll say yes. It is a very antiquated song, but it is one that you are familiar with. It is it's like a song of love lost. This song has been written a million times before.
You're gonna make the giant cry.
I mean, is that what we want to do?
You might flood the place.
Right. Well, if we speak to him, what's our goal?
Get him to go
Not to
away.
step on. Not to
To
step
not
on us.
die.
Okay. maybe the music will lure him closer to the window, and then one of us can speak to him. Does that sound good?
Good idea, poetess. Good idea.
Yeah, that sounds
Thank you,
great.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll sit down and I will play the harpsichord loudly but elegantly to try and get the giant's attention.
Sure. And you're gonna play this music that's on the.
Yes, I will.
Okay. So you start to play this song, and you're playing it as, I don't know, loudly. I guess you're like smashing the keys like as hard as you can and still like keep the tune. And as you're doing that, music starts to fill the room. There's almost like this green wallpaper. Some of it's like peeling in places. It almost feels like it kind of like starts to like heal itself or start to adhere back to the wall, and there's kind of like a lightness for like just like a moment as you're playing this music, and then suddenly like the lid of the harpsichord kind of like pops open for a second and then slams down really quick, and there's like this puff of dust that kicks out from it, and your song kind of ends on a sour note. Dung.
Oh.
So, that
Yeah.
was my uncle's harpsichord that you just tipped over.
It didn't break, I don't think. Is it broken? I'll go and like
I was gonna
examine it.
slap a red sticker on it to say I'm keeping it. Now I gotta put a blue sticker on it to remind myself I have to throw it out.
I think it's perfectly salvageable. Don't be ridiculous.
And as you're maybe checking it out, trying to see like did you ruin it or whatever, the rest of you are maybe slack-jawed and horrified because you look in like the northwest corner of the room, and there is an apparition floating there. This woman with a kind of very almost like prudish looking face. She almost is scowling at all of you, and she's wearing like this very fancy gown, and her hair's all made up, and she looks kind of like this character here,
Mm.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
and
Yeah,
she speaks and she says, "Well, it is about time that you have arrived. This instrument needs to be moved upstairs at once."
We could do that for you. It's a beautiful harpsichord. Is it yours?
Yes, it is mine. I
And
am.
what's your name?
My name is Lavinia.
That's a lovely name. Very very poetic.
Do not patronize me. I'm not here to trade words with the help. Come. Up you go.
Actually, I'm the owner of this place now, and I pull out the letter of inheritance. This is technically my harpsichord.
She seems like not at all interested in that. She's like, "But what is today? Some kind of prankster holiday? You would come to me with such a letter? Move it, Sonny."
My great uncle runs this place, but okay. I think we should do what she says. She's terrifying me.
And suddenly,
Any
as you're like, it seems like she's concluded her business with you, and she just kind of like fades into the wall.
Did she just literally
Where's-
walk into the wall? That's weird.
Yeah, I think so.
Where's the priestess?
We need your holy water.
Oh no.
Here,
I
here.
never had a priest, didn't we?
I just gotta pick it up and just kind of like splash a little on the wall where she came in and be like, do a little hand thing.
I think we need an old priest and a young priest. Oh
I
wait,
was gonna
that's
say
a different thing.
Priest, it's all you got. I'm sorry.
So you splash a little bit of holy water on the wall in the space where she just kind of like Homer Simpson.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it seems to kind of eat away like at the wallpaper. Like it's an unnatural effect. Like this water, almost like acid, just kind of like eats away at the wallpaper. Just reveals like the rotten wood, the bare wall behind it.
Hate to tell you this, but I think you inherited a haunted house. Or it's just made of sugar, one or the other.
Either way, I get some company afterwards.
Lauren,
One here.
could you? I guess we'll do our first roll here.
Oh,
Give me a wisdom check.
Right. And I'm sorry, which dice do we use for the checks?
D20.
Doesn't change. All right.
And what did you get?
11.
11. Would you like to re-roll?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's see. 19.
Okay. You
Much
learned
better.
something. Where that holy water ate through the wall of this unholy house, there's actually, like, it has bored its way through the wall, and you can see through it.
Ooh, okay.
Would you like to take a peek?
Yes.
So as you gaze through this small little hole into the next area, it appears to be a garden. Like there's kind of like a rock walkway, like a little path that circles around this fountain, but all around is like it's like earth floor with it's overgrown a bit. There's like mushrooms kind of growing in places, fungi, shelf fungi on the walls, but it almost looks like an interior garden.
Right. Well, I'll turn to my lucky friend and say, well, I think I found some sort of secret garden situation here, overgrown, but maybe useful for you. You want to take a look?
And I
Alright, I need
think
to assess the place.
I'm gonna interrupt here because I think 10 minutes has passed. I think it might be time for one of these wandering encounters to go off.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Who am I gonna pass the inheritance to?
Let's
My
have
God.
let's have Adrian. I would like for you first roll me a d6.
Oh no.
1.
1. Okay. Now roll me a d20.
10.
The door from the Great Hall. I assumed you closed it, correct? The door handle is
Definitely.
moving. And you can hear it sounds like some shuffling around of maybe some feet. Like you can kind of hear some clattering on the floor. And like the door it's almost like they're struggling with opening it, whoever's on the other side, but like it's definitely moving.
We all hear this?
Yes.
Yeah, we all see it. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that could be the fellows that the giant's after.
Yeah. Should we
Should
let
we
him
let
in
them
and then
in?
capture? Yeah, I mean,
It'll make us.
no.
It'll make us look good.
Yeah. I got tools for that. If we need to capture them. Yeah.
So
I've got
Adrian,
some.
you're opening the door?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna open the door.
You
Okay.
open the door, and on the other side there are 3 animated skeletons.
You must be the neighbors.
They all give like a slight bow.
Oh.
Hi, welcome.
Would these be like the air quotes servants that were in my inheritance? I'm assuming.
Yeah, like how are they dressed?
These guys aren't dressed at all. Like they're just like bare skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Classic.
there must be some donations coming in because I've got my alert loop is happening again. So that's That's cool. I think I've got like a duplicate alert somewhere, but let's see what we've got here. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe this was like a delayed alert from earlier. Sorry.
All right.
But with that, you're assessing them. They seem like pretty cordial. They give you a little bow, and they're all kind of staring over at Punchy. But then all of a sudden, they just get wiped out as this bell careens through the wall and like just takes them out.
I was gonna ask him to move the harpsichord for us, but
What?
And so now the bell, it seems that Bonebreaker Tom, he is just wildly like now swinging his bell like at this outer wall and just trying to take it out.
Oh.
Time to move again.
I
Yeah.
guess to
But-
the secret garden.
Should we go out and talk to him? Should the poetess talk to?
Oh yeah. Did you write your poem yet?
He's
Ah.
Now, just so you know, there isn't really an opening to talk to him because he is just bulldozing the wall.
I think we should just run.
And there's
Are you sure? Are you
no
sure you don't wanna
possibility
talk?
that he would be able to hear you even if you were screaming because of the bell.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, we can't go through the hole in the wall, right? It's a tiny hole.
It's a
or-
tiny,
Okay,
tiny.
then we got to go through this door over here on the west.
All right, this door here.
Further west.
Okay.
Man. Day one.
So,
this
what's
place
your
is
character's name?
I called her Fortuna
Fortuna.
because I feel like we need that today.
Okay. So as you all kind of rush from the music room into the next area, this appears to be some kind of like a large sitting room. There are two large sofas, two stuffed armchairs, and a little side table in between the two chairs, and they're all kind of positioned facing this. This is a fireplace here. There is no fire in the fireplace currently. And on the side table, you spot it's got a little drawer, and on top of it, there is a 5-armed candelabra. And then to the north side of the sitting room, there is a wooden door.
check out the candelabra. I'm gonna pull one of the things to see if one of them's a secret lever. You know, rich people folk like to have their secret entrances, you know?
Sure. Okay.
Usually it's candelabra.
So you're going over and you're heading over, checking out the candelabra. Other things that the rest of the group wants to do?
Can I maybe go listen at the other door to see or to make sure that like Bonebreaker Tom hasn't somehow like run around the other side?
Sure. Absolutely. Other actions.
Just searching if there's any if any of the muddy footprints came this way.
Okay.
They lead to the door or the fireplace or maybe somewhere else.
Sure. That sounds good. Maureen?
I'd like to go over to the fireplace with the absolute intention of perhaps starting a fire.
Okay. Do you have something for which, like a flint and steel or something?
No, I just got torches. I didn't get anything. To
Okay.
light
If
them
you
with.
if you actually have torches with you, we'll say you have a means to ignite them. So you're over there starting the fire. Cool. We can start with that. So, Punchy, you go over to the candelabra. One thing you might notice is that there, in each of the arms, there's 5 holders. There are 4 kind of standard wax candles there, but there's one that's distinct. It's a black candle.
Okay.
You're going over there, and you're
I-
kind of kind of checking it out, like trying to see if it's a lever, right?
Yeah, just it could be a secret entrance for all we know, and I touched the black one just to make sure it's like, oh, this must be the button or whatever to
Sure.
open whatever is else.
No secret doors or anything are found, but you do also maybe note that the drawer on the stand, I don't know if you give it a tug,
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a tug.
it's locked.
Oh boy. Anybody proficient at breaking into things they shouldn't be breaking into?
I have an axe.
Have a crowbar that I can use if you don't care about the condition. Might be a little bit less difficult than the.
I might use
Okay.
it for firewood later, so like we can crowbar it and then we can chop it up later.
Or I sometimes get locked out of the chapel and have devised a pretty good method of picking that lock. I can try see if this one might be similar.
My, you are very talented for a priest.
Well, it happens. It's an autumn bottle. The door it shuts, and anyways, let me just see.
Yeah, and there's a black candle in this candelabra. I don't know what it means. It's just a black one.
Don't light it though. Be curse.
So
I
Lauren,
touched it,
your
doesn't seem to curse.
your character is going to try to open the drawer.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick the lock and
Pick the
see
lock.
if it's.
Sure. In this next 10 minutes, you're going to be able to do that. And inside, you will find that there is a little box, like a little couple inches wide, like the kind of thing that would fit in a pocket. There's no keyhole or anything. It doesn't really look like a jewelry box. You're not exactly sure what you're looking at without opening it.
All right. Well, I'll put it on the table and say, "There's this box. Doesn't seem to have any way of opening it. Maybe this is more of a smashing job."
So sorry. I just mean to say it must whatever's like it doesn't have a lock on it. Like it seems like you could it's got a hinge on it.
Okay, so you can't just open it if we.
You could just open it.
I was thinking like the sill in some way. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll tell everyone to kind of back away. So if I open it, it's not facing anyone, and I'll kind of open it away from myself,
Okay.
just in case.
We'll come back around to that part of it, opening that. Let's see. So you were listening for Bonebreaker Tom.
Yeah, I just want to know if he's like followed us.
Yeah. From what you can hear, it sounds like you could still hear the crashing or whatever. You don't hear the bell anymore. It almost sounds as if maybe the bell wasn't so satisfying for him, and he's taken to just like kicking at the walls. But he hasn't really moved. Like it doesn't sound like it's rapidly approaching you. It just sounds like a drunken rage over on over by the Great Hall.
Cool.
And then Adrian, you were kind of looking for that set of footprints. You definitely can see that they go through that northern door.
Okay.
And so as you're taking some precautions, Lauren, you're going to open up that box. I think this is a perfect opportunity to do another wandering encounter roll. Let's oh no, you know what? Let's do the goose. Now
Come on.
we're gonna go to soap for this. Because you were listening.
Of course.
And all of a sudden you hear the kicking stop.
Uh-huh.
And it's replaced by ha ha ha, and you just hear Mildred, where are you? I'm here for you, baby.
Nah.
Wait, what was the name? You
Mildred.
Mildred.
And suddenly you hear Bonebreaker Tom is on the move, but he's moving away from you to the
Okay.
eastern side of the house. It sounds like.
Yeah. I'll relay that to the group and just be like, "Did you all hear that? It sounded like the goose. I think it's gone on the other side because Tom seems to be going in that direction. Might have some time."
Yes, I heard it.
I heard a honking noise.
I
It's
heard
called
Mildred.
Mildred. Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah, we heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And Lauren, as this is all happening, it's kind of simultaneous with you opening up this little box. And when you open it up, it reveals that it holds this pale blue powder.
No. Enough of us are seeing enough
Oh.
things today.
My uncle must have been up to some weird things in this place.
So, using the bits and baubles I've got from my alchemist background, is there a way for me to decipher what kind of compound this powder might be?
Yes. So you take some time with that. And it almost seems like there's some material in there that is like ordinary snuff.
Okay.
But there is some other element in it that you can't quite wrap your head around. Like there's like the thing that's giving it the blue color doesn't seem to be natural. So it's like there's like two different materials in it.
Does it seem like it was mixed, or it was actually, for lack of a better term, Breaking Bad cooked this way?
Probably more like mixed.
Okay.
Adulterated. They stepped on it.
They're like, like you're assessing like the granules and the size and everything. Like you could, if you took the time and care, could like separate them.
Mm-hmm.
So, oxalate dust, blue dust.
And I guess as you're with that, you're assessing all of that. Who do I want to pick on next? I think Lauren, is your turn. We're gonna have a wandering encounter happen here, so go ahead and roll me a D20. Or first a D6.
Okay. All right, 2.
2. Okay, and then roll a D20.
All right. 11.
An 11. Okay. Adrian, you were posted up at the northern door, and you just hear a voice say, "Halt right there! Don't come any closer!" Don't come in here.
Who's there?
It doesn't matter. Just go the other way. Go the other way.
There is no other way.
Yeah, the way you came from.
I'm gonna
Go.
open the door.
And okay, you open the door. Immediately on the other side, you can see there is this he's he's probably like 6'5", wearing heavy armor. He's got a 2-handed sword strapped to his back, big, like Hulk Hogan, like handlebar mustache, bald.
Oh.
He said, "Oh, there you are. Okay, hi."
What's going on here? What? Are you okay? Do you need help?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you'd noticed this, but there's a giant that's trying to crash down the place.
Yes. No, I'm just asking because I just saw 3 skeletons and a woman disappear.
Oh, you don't have to worry. The skeletons, they are cool.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
About that.
they've been crushed.
Oh, don't worry. There's like so many more. You just don't worry about them. You can ignore them if you want.
Have
Hey.
you seen the goose?
Oh,
He's looking for his.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. You didn't have a goose with you, do you?
No, I don't, and neither do any of my
Damn.
compatriots here.
We
Probably.
heard it go that way, though.
Well, I don't. You heard it.
Yes, we heard it go around the other side of the house.
Yeah, I think we should just. Good. We should just go then, maybe.
Oh, you're gonna come with us?
No, I mean, like, let's get out of here.
Giant, maybe?
The giant's out there.
Well, you said it's on the other side of the house. Let's just skedaddle.
Can I ask, is the giant after you?
I think so.
Why? What did you do?
Well, we took the goose. It was all Apocalypse Sam's plan.
Apocalypse Sam?
Yeah, you listen to a guy named Apocalypse Sam.
Sorry,
That's the first mistake.
Apocalypse Annie.
Apocalypse Annie.
You know what? That's better. We forgive
Makes
you.
it better, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the terror, so yeah, it makes sense.
Oh God, it's scary.
You know, that explains the voice.
The
That's
terror?
That's for the effect.
The terror, almost as silly as Batman.
Are you the
Ooh.
knight?
I'm a knight. You a knight too?
No.
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 Not in this tale, no.
No,
Mm.
but I'm the
sometimes
owner.
right about them, though. Yes, he's the owner.
Where
Yeah, and-
have you
Go ahead.
considered? Have you considered giving him the goose back?
I want to. I think it's a good idea. We should get the goose and give it. Well, no, I think we should leave. We should just go right now. Let him find the goose. Let Annie deal with it, and Lisbeth.
and destroy
Lisbeth,
my
is it-
house.
Lisbeth?
Yeah, she's cool.
Are
I
they
mean-
knights too?
I feel bad leaving her behind. No, she's just she's kind of an expert in breaking and entering and such. Yeah, I bring the muscle. She brings the skills, and Annie brings the boom, I guess.
The boom.
You know.
Oh,
we
Annie is sounding more interesting by the moment.
No, forget her. She's terrible. Let's leave her behind. Leave them all behind, and let's go.
That's not very nice. You should take all your friends and leave my house, or I tell the giant where you are.
No, don't do that. He'll kill you too.
Yeah,
Why
but he
did
will also
Yeah,
kill
but-
you.
What if we tell him that you have the goose?
Don't do that. I'm sorry. Let's start over. Sounds like you don't want to leave. Can I come with you?
Does the
I mean,
giant
clear-
recognize you?
Yeah, he'll recognize me.
Do you have any other clothes?
No,
Well, strip off that armor.
I'm feeling uncomfortable now.
Right?
You have clothes under your armor?
If you
Of course
don't,
he
you
has
have some
clothes.
drapes.
He must
He's
have
a
like
knight. He's
undergarments.
going commando.
You know,
You can't.
I really don't like these drapes if you want to wear one.
No.
Drapes.
But if the giant recognizes you and it's because of your armor, maybe wearing the drapes is a better alternative, especially if you want to run.
Okay, I've got a new idea. How about I hide out here and you guys go deal with the giant? That's a good plan.
Why did you?
I mean, he knows you're here.
Right.
I
He's
He's
can
gonna
hold him
bash
right
in your
now.
wall.
That's a great idea. So why don't you help us find the goose,
Okay.
And then we can give it to the giant, and then we're all happy. Everybody's happy. The giant doesn't kill you. The giant doesn't kill us. And then our friend, the owner, can pay us. Then we go on our merry way, and you go on our merry way, and then we're all on our merry way.
Exactly.
Okay, we do your plan sound good.
Excellent.
If you think about running, by the way, I have a trumpet and I'll call the giant over and we're all screwed.
Oh, I would not run away. No, not while you're watching. Oh boy, okay. My dad is out there and he wants blood. So
Oh no.
And it was kind of feeling like it was time for a wandering encounter, so here we go.
We go
Ryan,
with
actually,
it.
it's a good timing. It's your turn. So roll a d6.
A D6.
You got
A 3.
this.
3. Okay.
No, don't leave us in suspense.
I have to see where he's at now. He's on the move. Bonebreaker Tom's on the move.
Oh no.
Do we feel this in the ground?
You
We
do.
feel it in our hearts.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and he's actually coming over on the west side where you guys are. How many of you are there? 1, 2,
West
3, 4,
side.
5, 6, 7, 8.
He's on the move.
Do we hear the
Oh,
honking
oh
too, or
no.
just him?
No honking right now. Zombie Joe.
Yes.
There is a big hairy arm that goes right through the wall and is reaching out in your direction. Could you give me a dex check?
Dex check. I can most certainly do that. I've got a +1 to Dex.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
And that is a 9.
Do I have to ask?
Nope, I'll take the reroll. That is a 16.
16 is
Oh.
actually what you needed on this one. It's pretty high.
Oh my god.
So as the hand comes like through the wall, reaches out, you just manage to hop back out just a few inches out of his grasp as he's like reaching and just clamping down. "Ah, I know you're in there. I smell you." And
Nope.
then
Nobody in here but us chickens.
How close is our new friend we just made to the hand?
so the hand is coming into the sitting room where I think I was kind of imagining you all were kind of gathered up, kind of talking through the doorway. So he's in like the next room.
Okay.
So we were talking to the hand?
He might be now. But he's like, "Oh, come on." He's starting to like wave you through to like come in. And
Yeah.
I'll follow.
Sure.
Well, no choice at this point.
Which direction did we hear the goose from again? Was it this way? Or?
Soap heard it on like the opposite wing of the
On
house.
the east side.
Got it.
Oh man, so yeah, we're okay. All right.
So you all hop in to this room, at least for like the moment. You might be running through this area, but as you're coming through, what you can see, like this room is kind of weird because like everything about it is like plastered red. Like the wallpaper is red, the upholstered chairs are red. There's like a gilded portrait on the wall that's just red, like the canvas was just painted red.
They're red.
I put on my gloves and poke the furniture to see if it's squished.
Now, I guess the question is, are you just hanging out in this room and exploring it, or are you running through? There's another door on the opposite side. Like you could keep running away from the giant if you wanted. I mean, you don't have any indication that he's necessarily on the move, like he's going to crash through the next wall, but he is like in the very next room.
I'm gonna open up the door. We gotta move.
I'm gonna follow. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
This is not wise.
Now,
To the next room.
just for your awareness, because you might come back here later when it's maybe safer to come back, there is a glass cabinet that seems to have a lot of vases. There's some like fine china, things like that, and there's also another like large wooden oak cabinet in the room. But you're running to safety. And I see we have a raid. So thank you very much, Drake Takes. We'll give you a shout out and kind of explain to you a little bit of what we're doing here tonight. Oops. That did not work.
Well, I'd also, since we are pausing for the raid, I would like to point out that with Cliff waking up and choosing violence with that last donation, that puts you at 2,000.
Hey, we did it. We met the goal for tonight. So thank you all for the donations. Thank you, Drake Takes, for coming in with the raid. We are raising money tonight with Extra Life. We're playing our annual Extra Life game, and we're raising money for Children's Wisconsin. So if you have the means to do so and make a donation, it goes to a great cause and makes a huge difference in the lives of children and families who are going through some pretty tough situations. And so if you make your donation through our Extra Life page, you can do all sorts of random things or make some rerolls happen for the players or what have you. It seems like rerolls are kind of on the menu and in fashion right now. So you all are moving very quickly through this red room, and you make it to kind of the corner of the house here.
It's an oddly shaped house.
It is at that.
My uncle's a fairly odd dude kind of guy. You know, he liked misshaped rooms. Never liked them symmetrical. Kind of bothered him a little bit.
So this
Wait a minute.
chamber here is pretty devoid of furnishings, but and the floor here is composed of stone tiles. Unlike the other areas that would have been carpeted or bare wood floor. And impressed in the center of the room, there are 4 stone slabs in the shapes of coffins that line the floor. And there looks like there maybe were inscriptions here at one point in time, but foot traffic and such has worn them away. And then there is a stairwell that leads up to the second floor. On the east side of the room, there is a door.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I am going to take the chance to go up the stairs just to see if there's a window.
You're making your way up the stairs. Got it.
I'm making my way up the stairs. Foolishly, I'm sure.
I'm gonna follow her right behind him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Check out the coffins.
yeah,
we have to
definitely
go up.
coffins. There's definitely no vampires in there, right? So I got to get close to them.
Definitely not.
Yeah, let's take a look. They could have some good things inside.
So we'll start first for those going up the stairs. Was it just Maureen and Adrian, or were there others going upstairs?
I'll follow too.
Okay, and then Lauren also. So we'll start with you all. You go up the stairs. Basically, you get to the second floor, and you're still just in a stairwell. Here the wooden floor on the second level. There's a door that leads to the east, but then the stairwell seems to keep going up. There are windows here looking out the west side of the house. Remind me, what was the goal, Maureen?
Well, because we know the giant is in the house behind us. I wanted to just look out the window.
Sure.
Maybe Mildred.
Yeah, there's a broken window there. You kind of peek your head out, look kind of down where you heard him. It looks like he's currently like laying prone on his belly. He's carved out enough of a hole down by where the sitting room was that he's kind of like looks like he's like poking his head in, looking about. You observe his behavior for a few minutes here. Eventually, we'll use one of the geese here, because we have so many of them. You hear a honking, and it looks like he gets up and he's like moving to the north, and so you pull your head back in, maybe hit the deck. Let's actually have you do a dex check real quick. See if he spots
Of course. 17.
17. Okay, so you manage to like pull yourself back in through the window, hit the floor. He doesn't spot you, but he's going like to the northern side of the house. He is out of your eye shot. He goes around the corner.
Okay, that's good news.
Those of you down by the tombs or the sarcophagi, tell me what you're up to.
I feel like we would be maybe reading the inscriptions first, and then possibly opening the sarcophagi.
Are any of them looking like they're loose? Any of the lids?
No, they all look like, they're pretty
But they're old.
firmly. Yeah, they're old. You can assess that by the inscriptions are worn away, but none of them are loose. Like you would need like you're gonna have to put some muscle into this to like get a lid off.
No, it's not a crowbar, but I do have a spear I can use to try and jimmy it open.
Sure.
Jimmy, just gotta pick one. That's all.
All right. It's gonna take like many hands on deck to make this happen, but go ahead and roll.
I have a spear as well that I could use
There's
for
3 of
extra
us. Right?
leverage.
I'll
I have
help.
10, maybe.
I mean, I could try to help.
Okay. I'm willing to say with the amount of people that you have down there, you got 2 kind of levers. I think in the next 10 minutes you could open 2 of these up. So Zombie Joe, let's have you roll a d4, and Kiwi, you as well. If you have the same number, we'll have one of you re-roll, but
2.
3.
2 and a 3. Okay.
Ain't bad.
So Zombie Joe, the one that your character is kind of at, like working on with, maybe some help. You pop the lid open. There's kind of this stale scent. You lift the lid open, and on the inside there is a skeleton that is still wearing the plate armor that had been entombed here with. And it is full plate, is immaculate in craft, and the detail that you notice on it is yours was a 2, right?
Yes.
You could see that, like, kind of in the metalwork, it seems like details of like fins and scales have been imprinted on it. And Kiwi, pretty much the same thing, but the detailing on the armor is a little bit different. On yours, you could see that this crescent moon, it's very similar to the crescent moon that was pointed out to you by Ryan's character in the main hall on the black pillars. That's inscribed on this suit.
Oh, this one's got a crescent moon. You saw a crescent moon, right? I'd say to Ryan.
I think I did, but it sort of melted away when I think it was when the bell was ringing. When the giant was ringing the bell, it just kind of melted away. I thought maybe I got a lick of that ice cream.
Could be. I mean, but there's another moon here. This just could be a coincidence. Maybe they like moons here. I don't know. uncle too well. He was very distant.
Hmm.
So
Does it have any distinguishing marks or anything that you noticed when you looked at it? Like, I don't know, like an off color or any sort of like extra etchings on the moon or different shape than you would expect?
there.
I think it was on each of the pillars too, right?
Yep.
You said, Alex?
I would say they're all identical. All of the symbols that you saw on the marble pillars, there weren't variations on those. And without like taking this and like actually like holding it up to the pillar, you can't be sure. But like you're like 80% sure it's like the identical symbol.
And I am sure that when I saw it disappear was the bell that was ringing that made it.
It seemed like the bell, and there.
Ring a bell near this crescent if it would have any.
Oh,
kind of effect.
I have one. If you want to try it.
Yeah.
You ring
I
the
mean, he was
little bell.
yelling something too. Try yelling what he yelled and ring the bell like. Goose!
Sons of bitches! Ah! That's basically what he was yelling. He was just like cursing at you.
That must be the magic word. Sons of bitches!
Give it a try, Bell Lady.
I'll take my little handbell and curse at it and ring it in front of the armor and see if it does anything.
It does absolutely nothing, but it feels kind of good to blow off some steam here and ring a bell. But
no wonder
you know what? I think it's time. Actually, Soap, you were ringing the little bell. Maybe that was summoning something. We're not sure what.
Oh no!
A wandering encounter.
A wandering encounter. Would you roll me a D6?
Surely. Yeah. 6.
Oh, that is not good. Bonebreaker Tom, he's got an ear for bells, and he has been drawn directly to your location.
Oh no!
So,
damn, son.
We'll see which one of you.
The ice cream is still downstairs.
We gotta move.
Adrian.
We should have given him the ice cream. Oh no!
Now you're up on like you're in the
second
stairwell.
floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, stairwell. Yeah.
So you watch like you all like magnificently like hit the deck. He didn't see you, but then all of a sudden like there's this little like high pitched bell ringing on the first floor, and he does like a double take, and he comes walking backwards, and he looks through the hole there, like where the window is, and he reaches right in. Give me a dex check.
Dex.
How confident are you?
God, 4.
Would you like
Can I
to
re-roll that?
Absolutely.
I would like to re-roll.
We got re-rolls.
Do it.
Do it.
13.
Do it now.
Would you like to re-roll again?
Yes. Yeah, do it.
Do it.
All right. All right.
I'll let you know.
No.
Would you like to re-roll again?
Oh,
God.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna use everybody's re-roll. No.
Do it.
But then you won't get more. So he grabs you.
It's for the kids.
For the kids. Do it for the kids.
I'll let you make up your mind in
we hit
2 seconds that I need to get one of D6.
we hit $2,000. We're doing it for the kids.
All right.
How
So
many?
I should do it one more time.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Why don't you try
it.
one more time? One more time.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Center yourself.
17.
Okay. You
Oh,
manage on that one to evade his grasp.
The
Easy.
group just like sees what's happening and calls out at you. Duck or something.
Who rang that damn bell?
And so those of you that are up on the second floor in the stairwell realize you need to shoot your way back down, get to the rest of the group, because he's now like kind of wrecking havoc up there.
God.
Some
With his
idiot said
fingers.
to ring this bell. Jesus.
Where's our buddy, the new guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still here. It seems like a bad time to run away because he's right outside the wall. Not that I was planning that, but
So should we run back the way we came, because that's got to be safer than here? And I'm picking up the ice cream bucket
Oh.
again.
Well, there's that door.
There's a door.
you do have a door that goes
door on the
into the house.
Either way, we gotta move.
I open the door.
You
As
open
I
the
shove
door.
the
Before we
bell in my
run,
bag.
I slap like a red sticker on the armor, going, "I'm definitely taking this later."
Sounds good. Yeah, and so like just to be aware, because you may want to come back here for this, because I'm gonna say that like this full armor, if you were to wear it, would give you, I'll say a +6 to armor.
I think I'm gonna need it.
Oh,
When we get back here,
yeah.
I'm gonna grab it. When I get back here, I'm gonna try.
You should just put it on now, real quick, and then make a run.
Yeah, just take it.
Yeah,
Grab it all.
yeah. You know what? You know what? I need it. I'm gonna grab it.
Well,
and
you,
wear it.
you likely don't have time to, unless you want to like if you wanted to risk it, I would say like maybe you could stealthily do so without him
I'm gonna
hearing
risk
you,
it.
because it'll take you like 10
gonna risk
minutes
it.
to take this off of the skeleton.
I'm gonna risk it for the kids.
Okay,
So, all right.
so you watch,
Yeah.
you all watch as
We're gonna, arms distance away.
so the rest of you are running through the door, but Punchy is kneeled down by this open sarcophagus and is like starting to.
Hang on. I'm going to buy us some time, because I can get a spell that'll make us invisible for as long as we can hold our breath. How long can you hold your breath, Punchy?
Probably a minute.
A minute?
I don't know.
That's 1/10 of our time, baby. So, what do you think? Can we gather everything in 1 minute and run?
I'm pretty confident in my abilities. I'm Punchy lucky for a reason.
Okay, so the two of you, you can. Your intelligence was 2, Ryan.
Yep. So
Okay,
I
so
can
you-
make 2 creatures invisible as long as they can hold their breath.
Okay, so got it. The two of you are gonna hang back invisibly and try to get the armor off. The rest of you are going through the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the 2 gamblers here. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. How about you both give me con checks for the holding of the breath to see how long.
Straight 20. Here we go. 11.
Okay, an 11 from you.
18.
And an 18. Okay. I think together, at some point, Punchy, you realize like you're gonna have to start to breathe, but you made some effort in, recovering some of this. You go and you run through the door before you let out your gasp. But, Ryan, your character is like, you're holding in your breath and you're eye on the prize. You managed to finish the job and recover. I think this was the one with the moon sigil on it, right?
Yeah.
You go ahead and recover all of that armor before being spotted by, and he's smashing again with the bell, wrecking ball on the side of this tower. But you're safe. You got the armor. So I'm gonna say that this armor takes up 2 item slots.
That's all right.
Remember that when you're doing the payout at the end, Punchy.
Because you helped me, I might give you the armor when I'm done with it. How about?
Well.
And Lauren, you still have the snuff box, correct? Or does somebody have it? Just make sure you mark it down on your sheet.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if we explicitly said that I picked it up or what we were doing, but I'm assuming one of us would definitely have it. It might as well be me.
Yeah, it sounds good. And then, so Punchy,
Yeah.
you're the one that's putting this armor on?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it on.
Okay. So that'll be your next 10 minutes will be like putting on the suit. The
Alex
rest of
was-
you. Go ahead.
Alex, was Joe able to identify the powder or?
Well, he identified that it's snuff. Some of
Okay.
it, but there's something else in the mix that is like a unnatural substance. It's not a naturally occurring in nature substance. And so, based on what you're starting to hear about Punchy's long lost relative is into some occult stuff, it might be some kind of like a magical reagent or something that was put in there. So you're
Go-
unsure about what it will do. So the rest of you just stepped into this room that has wooden floors that creak fairly loudly as you all pile in. And it appears to be some kind of like an armory, or maybe not an armory so much as it is like a display room for weapons. Like there are swords hanging from the wall. There's a glass case that you see that has an assortment of looks like ancient corroded dagger blades, spear tips, like things that are just like, I don't know, kind of representative of like historical eras that they were dug up or found from. They're like not really usable necessarily, but there's also another display case that you can see that has a number of flails that are on display. This one on the southern side of the room. And there's a door on the opposite side over here. So, glass case
Still no-
here.
Still no sounds of gooses.
You know, I'm glad you asked. We should have a goose. So we're down to 3 geese, wandering geese encounters. And this door over here is ajar, we're gonna say.
How can the door be ajar? What's in it? There's jelly in it?
You're just asking for it, aren't you?
Welcome to Dungeons and Dad Jokes.
Yay.
So the door is cracked open a few inches, and here comes the long neck of a goose. Kind of
Oh.
opens up a bit, and it just kind of waddles in, quiet, pecking at the floor a little bit.
How far away is it from us?
I mean, the room isn't super large. It's 10 feet away from you.
So how close?
Well, someone
close am
grab
I?
it,
Can I
grab it, and throw it
No,
into
no,
the
no,
other
no,
room.
no, stop. Let
Huh?
me do this. Let me
Huh?
do this.
Okay.
I am the Beastmaster. I
Beastmaster. that's
should
right.
be
Oh.
able to get the goose to come quietly.
Do it!
Quietly. Hi, Mildred.
It looks at you. Huh?
Would you like to go home? I have my gloves on because I put
It
them
kind of
on.
like goes and nips at your feet. Huh?
That doesn't feel like a yes.
Just starts pecking at your boots. Honking.
Okay. If that's a yes, just nip one boot. Leave the other one alone.
Ha! Ha! And it just starts honking. And you hear, Mildred! Mildred! Mildred, where are you? I hear you!
Okay. I'm gonna run with the goose, and I grab the goose.
All right.
And I'm gonna start running.
So
Isn't
you're
that
gonna-
what you told us not to do?
Okay.
If she lets me.
She's definitely not a willing participant in being grabbed, but you can make a dex check if you'd like to grab her.
Yes.
You got this.
I believe in you.
Oh no, I don't. I need a reroll.
You need a reroll, absolutely.
Do it. For the kid.
Puts us down to 4.
Up. I need another reroll.
Yep. All right. Down to 3.
Yeah, do it.
This is
16.
important.
16.
Plus-
Yay!
Okay.
Yay.
The good news is you managed to grab the goose. You have it in your
Mhm.
hands, but it starts honking, and there's kind of like the whole room seems to have like this reverberation effect as it's honking. And I don't know what's going to happen, but Maureen, you're going to help me with finding out.
Okay.
Because we're gonna roll some dice and something.
I'm not saying that we've got chloroform in the party, but
Yeah, I know. Don't worry.
We have a
All right.
means and ways.
All right, Marine. There's gonna be a lot of dice rolled here, and we're gonna
Okay. Oh
see
God. Okay.
what happens. Roll me a d12.
Oh.
First. Okay. It's a 10.
Okay. Quality element form. Give me a d100.
Okay. Let me find that, baby. $41.
Okay, do it again.
96.
And one more time.
34.
As it starts to honk, you see above you, like in the ceiling, this like wet spot starts to form in right above you and starts to like you see like the mouth of like a snake completely composed of water like seeping through, and you're just getting drenched as this thing it's got fangs. They're like composed of water, like it seems like little cyclones in its mouth. And it seems like it's like the honking of the goose that is giving it form. Like every honk gives it more and more detail and strength, to the point that it is going to I don't know what the rest of you hightailing it through one of these two doors.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a
I'm
really
gonna-
stupid idea. Can I push Maureen's character to get her out of the way?
Yes.
And then, which obviously puts me in danger, but she's got the goose, so I feel like she should not be in danger.
Okay. You see what's about to happen, and you want to make like a almost like a sacrificial movement to get her out of the way.
Which might kill me, but you know what? It's okay.
All right. Give me a dexterity check.
Okay. It's a natural one.
Would you like to re-roll?
Yes. Yes.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
17.
17. You not only managed to push her out of the way, but you managed to kind of do like an acrobatic, like flip somersault yourself as this thing crashes down and just narrowly misses your ankles.
Thank you. Oh my God. Twice.
Now, are you still hanging on to the goose that is honking ferociously?
With both hands around her neck at this point.
Okay.
Mildred.
I'm gonna put that damn goose to sleep.
Yeah. Go ahead, kidnap her.
Oh my
Okay.
god, this went from getting a house to kidnapping.
Or goose snapping.
Goose snapping.
So, Isaac, you're coming around with the chloroform. Is that what is happening?
Yes.
All right. You managed to put Mildred the goose to sleep.
Go to sleep.
But
Sweet dreams.
Why you have that
goose.
killer, man?
you can hear that Bonebreaker Tom is probably
boy.
just on the northern side of that wall.
I whip out my trumpet and I run to the room previously and start blowing it so it sounds like a goose is honking in that other room.
Okay.
So like the room we came from.
You know what? I'm gonna cast the spell I have, the visual illusion, to make an image of the goose to accompany his sound.
Okay.
To give us like a decoy.
Yep.
Just give him the damn goose.
I'm gonna say that this we're not. If it had just been the horn, I would have a check. But since the magic has been employed, definitely here, Mildred. Daddy's coming. What did they do to you, Mildred? You sound different. Oh, and he just marches over there, and you can start to hear like he's, using the bell, dong, dong, trying to crash through the wall. And when he does, when he breaks through, he's definitely going to see the goose. You bought yourself some time. Where would you like to go?
Away.
So there is a door to the south and a door to the east that are the one to the east is where Mildred came through.
I mean, we're running away from him with the goose, but don't we ideally want to like get him to go away by giving him the goose?
Yeah, but he might think we took it.
Yeah, and he's got the decoy now.
Well,
Kind of.
I'm just trying to think this through. That's all. Maybe that's my first mistake.
no, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, we need, and the whole point of grabbing her was to try and get her out of here and put her someplace, and us along with her, and then we could run, right? But having her unconscious.
I mean, maybe we can. She's unconscious, right? She's passed out, so maybe we can like serve her up to him on like get away where he doesn't know where we are. Then serve her up to him on a silver platter, passed out.
Yes.
Ring some bells, run the hell away, and then hope for the best that he takes her and leaves. Right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds like a good idea.
How much more ether do you have, Terrorizer?
The terror?
Yeah.
All right.
How much do I have of chloroform? He's asking.
I think you've used it. Like, let's say that's
I used
the use,
it all.
That's the use that you have of it. Yeah.
Does that mean this goose is like out for a while, or is it?
This is a magic goose. You had to use all of it somehow.
I
don't
used
know.
the entire thing.
Damn.
So looking at the time, we're at 10:30. So I think this would be like a great little bio break. Take a pause in the action. So
Sounds good.
let's take 10 minutes. Thanks everybody out there for the donations. It looks like maybe something came through and I didn't notice. Let me just see. Winston just redeemed. Here you go, Winston. $100 donation.
Thank you, Winston.
Okay, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as it could have been. So
Oh.
15 player rerolls plus 4 GM rerolls. So
Aww.
considering
Thank
I haven't done any rolls yet, that seems like a pretty good deal. So thank you, Winston, for that. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks,
For the kids,
Winston.
buddy.
For the kids.
All right. We will see you all in just a few minutes. We'll take a real quick break. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Jenna, the Potato Lion, I saw your donation. Thank you for that. Brings the group up to 18 player rerolls. And yeah, so we are playing the Waking of Willowby Hall, which is an adventure for Knave 2nd edition, an old school classless. We have no class here on 20 Sides, so that is what we're doing tonight. And we've been raising some money for Children's Wisconsin, and so far it's been successful because we've cleared our goal by about $100 or so. But we would welcome more chaos and more rerolls and such. So if you'd like to make a donation, you can do that via our Extra Life page here. And yeah, add a little something and to the game and do some real life good for children and families that are going through kind of rough medical things and things like that. So where we left off, the characters have entered into Willowby Hall, which our adventurer Punchy here is to inherit. Unfortunately, it seems like the manor itself is maybe haunted a bit. There have been a few unnerving things that have happened thus far, although not too terribly bad, not in comparison to the greater threat, which is the giant Bonebreaker Tom, who has been rampaging on the outside of the house, using this giant church bell as a flail, and he's on a quest to retrieve his goose. that he has lost or was stolen from him. You all have the adventurer Helmut, who is with you. He's one of the characters responsible for stealing this goose, and you've actually. This is like a strange thing to say out loud, but you have captured the goose and chloroformed it, and it's passed out in the arms of Marine's character currently. Now,
Somebody
you,
clip that.
yes,
Cradled in my arms.
there was a spell that was cast in this room by Soap's character to.
No, by the I forget who it was, but the invisibility spell wasn't me. I was the
Yes, you. Yeah, that's where I was getting at. This is where you put the goose, right? In this room.
I don't
The
remember.
The illusion the
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
goose.
Yeah, the illusory ghost was in here, aided by a trumpet call from Punchy, and so you
Yeah.
kind of lured Bonebreaker Tom over here. You can hear he's over here, trying to get in. You all were kind of concocting a plan. Were you concocting that plan in this room, or were you moving to a different area to do your assessment of what you were going to do?
I think we should be moving,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think that was the last words out of your mouth.
We gotta move.
Gotta move.
So you have a door to the east that you could go through. That's where Mildred came from, or a door to the south.
South, maybe was that interior garden thing? Maybe.
That could be the interior garden.
Let's
That'd put us
check it out.
outside, wouldn't it?
Let's go
Yeah.
south.
Sure, let's go.
And your spatial awareness is quite good, as that is exactly where you step into. And so, almost a strange feeling to step into this garden. It was daytime when you entered the house, but out here in this garden, even though it feels like it's outside, it is pitch black, almost like you're under a midnight sky. You can look up, you can see stars in the sky, and it is silent.
Darkness.
Darkness indeed. There's sort of an
Terror, I
earthy,
think we brought you home.
there's a bit of an earthy, pungent smell as you step out. You can see the fountain in the center of the chamber. And all around, you can see weeds have grown up. But in the earth, there's like little toadstools that bud up out of the earth on the stone walls that encapsulate this garden. There's like shelf fungi growing.
I mean, it is the day after Thanksgiving. I suppose we could just start up a fire and we could spit roast this goose.
Huh.
That might just
It does
anger the
everything.
giant, don't you think?
Hmm.
Also, does chloroform pass into the meat? I feel like that could be a consideration.
Yes.
That might put
Yeah.
us all to sleep.
True.
Yeah.
That and that
I don't-
tryptophan, yeah, it would. Yeah,
Don't
that'd
worry
be a bad
about that.
combination.
Yeah, we should eat the goose.
So it's pitch black.
Voting against eating the goose, just to
No.
be clear.
As
Well,
you're standing in
This
the
isn't
garden,
going to work because we're stuck in the middle of this house, and the giant is rampaging.
We don't have to eat the goose. We can just continue walking all the way through this. We can bang our own hole in a wall and drop the goose outside and ring a bell.
as you
You
are
walking donkeys.
standing here
Giant.
talking with one another about these plans for the goose, that fountain it's dry, but it starts to kind of bubble up a little bit, and you can see water kind of jut through and start to fill the basin. And after maybe a minute or two, it's very clear water, but it starts to get cloudy and crimson and starts to fill that bowl with this sanguine liquid.
Crimson? Great.
Hmm.
Your fountains are spitting blood now. That's great.
Jeez. I was told I was getting a house. I didn't think that was going to be a thing.
And there's only one exit out of this room.
The way that you came in.
Lovely.
And the small hole that we can make bigger.
You can you are able to find that hole. It is, just like just enough to like look into the dusty old harpsichord performance chamber.
I have an axe.
I have a
Maybe
crowbar.
Use that axe. Use that crowbar. Yeah.
Why don't you two combine forces, Bring the axe and bring the crowbar in.
Voltron.
All right. Am I hearing that is the plan? You want to start to axe and crowbar and break down this wall?
Yeah,
mean-
we should. What reason do we have to do this? But yeah.
It's a backup plan. I always have a backup plan.
We're just doing stuff.
Because there's a bubbling fountain, I toss a piece into it, for good luck.
I think you kind of cut out, but I think it was toss like a copper piece in.
Yeah, toss a copper piece into the fountain, for good luck.
Sure. It kind of plops in, and you notice that the stars in the sky seem to quiver a bit, and they begin to move. They begin to kind of reform themselves into that crescent moon shape that is on your armor that you are wearing. Correct?
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm.
Hey.
And you all notice this, that the armor suddenly becomes invisible.
Booyaka shot.
My buddy's gone, guys.
Does Wolfman have Mars?
he said the armor went invisible, not you. I think it
Say
might just
you,
be
me.
you're yeah. Mm.
Maybe slight panic as you lose that prize that you risked life and limb for, but as you feel around, it's still there. You can feel it.
It's still on. I'm still clothed. How invisible are we talking? See through, or do we see my clothes
You don't.
underneath?
You just see your clothes underneath, like whatever you're wearing underneath
Okay.
there.
Okay. I got clothes on.
At
Yes,
least they're
it's
not
modest.
Commando.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
modestly
what I was-
dressed for this.
I was worried we could see your twig and berries.
So it's okay for me, but not for him. I see how it is.
But we can see the rubber duckies that he's got on his skivvies, though.
We offered you the green curtain.
My mom bought me these, but thanks. I picked the green curtain.
When I was talking to, what's your name?
I'm Helmut.
Helmut. Okay, Helmut.
Hey, Helmut.
Yeah.
What do you know about the crescent moon?
Sometimes see the moon in the sky.
Huh. Do you know why it's all over this house?
No, I don't know that.
Wait.
He clearly did not put a point into intelligence.
What do you? Hey, I just got here like you this morning.
Right.
Spooky moon.
Where's the giant from?
So he's from the sky. Cloud castle in the sky. I'm not
And
making
you?
it up. I'm not stupid. I just.
And what about you? Where are you from?
From out east. Where are you from? Who cares? It's irrelevant. Let's get out of here. Why are we sitting in this garden?
I'm from Canada. You would never have heard of me.
Let's break down this wall. That sounded fun.
You haven't seen a beanstalk around here anywhere, have you?
That's an absurd plan. That's what Apocalypse Annie, he suggests. Well, I suggested Beanstalk because I read this story when I was a little boy, and she said that that's not possible. So she came up with some weird plan. We had to we had to collect all these things from all these tombs, and then we had to put a big circle on the ground, and she like teleported us up there.
Uh-huh. Where is Annie?
She's somewhere around here. She's looking for the goose, I think. She really wanted the goose. She says it can lay golden eggs.
Uh-huh.
Has it? Since you've came back.
Yeah, well, yeah, geese laying golden eggs, that's plausible, but the beanstalk to the sky, no go for her. Anyway,
What
she
happens-
said it was
what-
going to make us a boatload of gold, and I said, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I don't care how we get up there.
It wouldn't be a good idea to backtrack to the other rooms
For
Probably
what?
the end.
What is our goal?
to then go out and out the front door and like kick the goose out.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, that's why we're busting through this wall here, right? To get to the other room so we can get to the front of the house. Right?
Just sounded fun.
I think so.
You know, we have two able-bodied people who are willing to chop down or make a door for us.
Yeah, we might as well just
3.
take the shortcut.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So we have a reason to do it then. Okay.
All right.
Here
So
we go.
with axe, crowbar, and I guess helmet seems like he's into this idea. So the three of you start breaking down this wall over the course of 10 minutes, and that will give you enough of the wall is already, a bit ruined from the moisture and the whatever, like it's pretty soft wood. You're able to plow your way through this wall, no problem. So you're back into the music room. You made a lot of noise. I think this is a good place to use the next wandering encounter. And the house has started to wake up a little bit, so we're rolling on a different table now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh,
I think Maureen. I think maybe it's your turn.
My turn.
I think
Okay.
so. Why don't you give me a D20?
A D20. Okay. Come here, D20. Natural 20.
Ooh,
Oh,
that can't be
it's
good.
your lucky day. You get to roll 2 more times.
Yay!
Yay!
I love
It has
random
been my roll of the
encounters.
day. 2 more times the same.
Thanks, Marine.
Yay!
Oh,
Thank you.
you're welcome. A 9.
Okay, interesting.
Now that's never good when the DM says that.
Oh, and a natural 1 that I want to reroll.
Well, maybe not, because the 20 is that you want to roll low.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, a natural 1.
Okay. So when you break through to the other room where the harpsichord is, you see this short little 5-foot tall character with a robe on, a big staff has an opulent kind of arcane symbol that makes up the top of the staff. Big, huge hat, robes, and she like looks in at the wall. It looks like she's been staring at the wall, and she, as soon as like the wall breaks through, she's like motioning for you to all back up, and it seems like she wants to come into your side. And the reason that she wants to do this might be pretty evident to those of you that were doing the demolition, because you can see that it was like green wallpaper in there, right? Well, it is completely, you can't see any of it. The walls, the floor, and even the doors are just like thick with this green slime that is like oozing out and pooling onto the floors. And it seems like there was just like a little space where she was standing, trying to like stay away from it. And so as soon as you bash open the door, she's like, "Move, move, please, let me in."
Is it a bad time to say that my uncle's cultist?
What?
And a what?
Why? Didn't you tell us that?
Are we letting her in?
I didn't think it mattered at the time because I thought we're just gonna check out a house.
Let me move. Come
It
in.
matters if someone is a cultist and has sinned against God. If I had known.
I'm
Elbows
not
out of the
a
way.
cultist. My uncle was. It's just,
We are
that's
in
why
his
you're
house
here.
of
That's why
despicable
you're here to
sin.
help cleanse it.
For all the good it's done, it's in the walls. You've seen skeletons and the ghosts and whatever this is.
Hey, don't look at me. My uncle's weird and eccentric.
The woman that just came through the doorway. I'm assuming you give her access. She seems to recognize Helmut and goes up to him and she says, "Helmut, where have you been, you coward?" And he says, "Yeah, well, look, I found friends, I found help, and we got the goose, so maybe we can go now." And she says, "Oh, yes, the goose. Um, is it alive? It's not any good to us if you killed it. Gotta lay those eggs, brother." He's like, "I
Sorry, it's
don't know."
dead. Yeah, it died. Sorry.
Yeah, you just carrying around a dead goose?
We gotta
it's
bury it.
it's just chloroform. He's just sleeping.
Okay. Well, I guess the first matter of business is now that she's been found, we need to find a way out of here. We'll deal with the particulars of who gets what and all of that later.
Do you have a way
Yeah.
out of here? Oh,
Yeah, can we not
sorry.
go through the front door? Sorry.
Well, our odds have drastically gone up. Are you, let's see, any of you very skilled with magic, or do you bring any bombs or anything?
Do of course people always carry bombs with them when they go looking at their friends, well, I guess acquaintance's house.
I mean, we were gonna buy a
Maybe?
couple, but our budget, we ran out of money. So
I mean, that is the traditional housewarming present. I mean,
Well,
Especially for
well, well. Why are you asking about, the bomb?
well, we gotta smoke that giant. I've got
Well, there.
some, I got some fire. I can light them up, but I'm pretty squishy.
So
Well,
am I.
pretty squishy.
you're squishy. I'm squishy too. We should totally hang out.
This is his place. You know that.
Well,
From
then,
my house, yeah.
well, we gotta obliterate this giant then.
Wait. Why do we have to obliterate the giant? Pardon
Why
me.
can't you do it?
And maybe the giant has a case. I mean, you stole this goose.
Exactly. Maybe if we return the goose, he'll leave you alone.
The dead goose.
It's chloroformed.
How long does that stuff? How long is he gonna be out? Because I think he's gonna be a little pissed off that his goose is.
Ask him. I point to Terror.
Wow, your name's Terror. That's a cool name.
Oh, terror.
The Terror.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Amateur.
your name's Apocalypse Sam or whatever, so.
She just looks at Helmut, shakes her head.
Yeah.
Either
I
way,
mean-
I don't know how long it's gonna be
Like,
out.
did you use a whole bottle of chloroform?
Yes.
I think it's dead, by the way.
That might actually have killed it.
It's
Oh,
not
shit.
dead.
It's not breathing.
I don't know.
It's in a
Check its
bag.
pulse.
We've been running around the house, you know. It hasn't laid any golden eggs, so.
Does somebody know? Anybody know CPR?
Well,
What do you mean it's not breathing?
we have a priest.
His pulse.
It might be
the neck.
breathing.
I feel like the neck, right?
Oh, you
Yes.
brought a healer?
Check the neck.
Yes, we did. Right?
We brought a priest to cleanse the house now, apparently.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have holy water. I don't know. I'll splash a little holy water on the goose. See what happens.
Is it? I mean, did we check? Is it breathing? It's got to be, right?
It's not breathing.
What?
Splash on
Are
the
you
Oh.
wearing a dead goose?
No.
Oh,
It
man.
was a whole thing of chloroform.
Shouldn't have told me to do that.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Oh.
Roll the
You dump some holy water on it. Nothing.
Goose is back on the menu, I guess. You know.
Well, at least there won't be a ghost goose in the house now.
Yeah, does a ghost goose show up?
I'm feeling really awful.
Maybe.
How do you think I feel? I feel.
I know.
Ah. Ooh.
Oh man.
I mean,
I'm gonna
Or
play
to
on
begin
the
with, you know?
harpsichord.
You're gonna play on the harpsichord?
Yes, a very sorrowful a dirge for the
for the goose.
The goose. A goose.
Okay.
You make that racket, and that thing is gonna come back here.
It's definitely coming.
And he's gonna see a dead goose and think we did it.
Yeah, no.
We did
We
that.
did.
Are there other geese that we've heard? There's several.
You hear any geese?
You don't hear any geese. Soap, your character, you could sneak into the room with all of the ooze. It hasn't quite gotten to the harpsichord. You start playing on the keys.
Yeah, sure, but like softly, gently.
Softly.
You know, to hear
Dun 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 dun.
As you do that, you see the lid kind of like moves a bit, like it's kind of like tapping or rumbling, and it's making this like little noise, and you can see the swarms and swarms of spiders start to like pour out of the thing, and they start like dropping off of the harpsichord at the back of it, but there's like that green ooze, the line of the pool is sort of surrounding the harpsichord, and as the spiders drop into it, they just instantly like sizzle and are dissolved like they're falling in acid.
At that point, I feel like I would probably run back to my friends. Be like, okay, nobody touch the harpsichord. It has spiders and ooze.
What did you do, Ray?
I didn't do anything. It's haunted like the whole house.
Oh man.
We gotta get out of here.
Apocalypse Ann just raises her hand. She's like, fire and bombs. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but my plan was if Mildred were still alive to just give her back and then, reverse them. So I could go back home.
Exactly.
Well, Mildred is not still alive, so that's not going to work
I know.
unless we can bring her back alive.
I don't have that spell.
You know, we
My
could
bad.
probably bring back Mildred. My uncle was a cultist. He probably does perform resurrections or sort of thing. I don't know how cultists do
Or-
things.
We could 100% weaken that Bernie's the goose. Just put
How
sunglasses on
boring.
it, walk it around.
Oh,
He'll never
that's
know the
cool.
difference.
I
Blow
love
the
that
trumpet.
bit of theater.
Blow the trumpet.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I
what-
got the trumpet.
But then, like, to what end?
Question: do dead geese float
Question.
for a pond?
Our
What about the
histories are going to be so bad.
Oh,
what about the
no.
snuff?
Yeah, what about this?
Google
the black
history. What
panel.
turns snuff blue?
I'm sorry.
Maybe we blow a little in the goose's face, see what happens.
This is
The
all
worst that could happen.
fascinating.
Can't be worse,
Fascinating
right?
conversation that you're having. But we just had a redemption from Corey,
Oh no.
Kogo,
Oh no.
Oh.
wandering encounter. I think
Oh.
it's appropriate
Oh
here.
god.
Soap, could you please do the honors and roll a d20?
Okay. 18.
Oh no.
We gotta move.
That isn't bad.
Oh, it's bad,
I
right?
feel like that's bad.
Well,
Someone pour this cocaine down the goose's throat.
Shove it in there. Quick, open its beak.
there's nowhere for you to run to
Oh no.
Oh my
because
God.
this thing comes from the door that you use to enter the garden. So you're all standing around that fountain that is sputtering up blood like a slit artery. And there is just like a chill, like the entire room becomes frosty. And that fountain stops sputtering because the blood just congeals and freezes over. There's just frost everywhere. You start to see your breath and you look back and you could see at the doorway is this like 7-foot tall monstrosity. It is just like a suit of plate armor that is drenched in splattered blood. And you can't really see the entity underneath, but it is wearing this oversized horned helmet. He's wielding a two-handed sword that puts Helmuts to shame. And he's flanked by two skeletal warriors on either side. And so we are going to do our first combat.
Oh no.
Yay!
Yay!
Now everyone's
This
going
is
to
a
die.
test. This is a test.
If
for
I
the-
just get
giant.
poked once, I'm dead.
So
Let's
do
do it.
any of you have a charisma?
I'm gonna
Yes.
check. I think
Yes.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Okay. I think we're gonna go with Punchy, just because
Oh,
you're
no.
It's
kind of
his
the one.
house.
You're the one that assembled this whole group. It's your house.
Yeah. You
So-
know what?
For our
Mhm.
encounter rolls, you'll be rolling a d6, and you'll add +1 to that.
D6. Oh, +1. Okay.
Unfortunately, I add a +2 to mine. So I
rolled
have a 6.
So
Reroll. We'll roll off.
Sorry.
Rollies.
I have a 4.
I rolled a 4.
Reroll.
Oh, actually, I got the +1. I got the
Oh,
Oh,
plus
he's
got
using
plus
the
one?
reroll.
Okay.
Yeah, 5.
He's gonna sit at 5. Okay. Sounds good. So you all get to go first. And so Punchy, the way we're gonna do this is basically you get to like move and take an action. Once you've resolved your turn, call out the name of the next person. We'll just go around till all of you have gone, and then the Death Knight and the skeletons will go.
It's a death night
The
now.
Death Knight. Yeah.
Just a death knight.
Oh my goodness.
What is this? Faster purple worm kill?
Yeah, exactly.
Night at level 1? Jeez.
I immediately panic and I hide behind the biggest person in this room, which is probably the terror right now, and I start blowing on my trumpet, going honk honk, because you know what? We need the big guy.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh man.
A little inspiring tune for you. Who would you like to pass to? Are you passing it then to the Terror?
I'm passing it to the terror.
All right. The Terror, you are up. You're so inspired.
Oh, what the hell? Well, I don't know why you're
Sorry,
hiding behind
I do
me.
I do war cries when I'm terrified.
Okay, well, I got some darts. I'm gonna throw them from back here at the Death Knight. I'm not going forward. I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
All right.
So it's a D20
Yeah,
plus wisdom.
Yeah. Oh, an 18 to hit.
That hits. Roll a D4.
Sweet. Ooh, 4.
Okay. 4 points of damage. Nicely done. The dart seems to like find that space in between its helmet and its body, which is just like shadow underneath. Like you don't see like the light from the stars and everything doesn't seem to pierce through it, but your dart goes into that void and doesn't come out. But it seems like it takes a step back
Mm-hmm.
as you strike it. Who are you passing it to?
Ryan, what is your character's name?
He's nameless, Ted.
Ted! We gotta move!
Where are you moving? Are you moving?
No, I'm right here.
All right.
We gotta go that way though.
We gotta move. Stand completely still.
Once we take that out.
I'm gonna. I have a bow and arrow, so I will fire it at the same thing that I guess the Death Knight.
Yes. All right. D20. Add wisdom modifier if you have it.
A 10.
You have 18 rerolls.
I will re-roll.
And I'm gonna say, unless it's like super like dire situation, I'm gonna say 1 reroll per turn. Right now.
15.
Miss. Who would you like to pass it
Oh! Oh man, I'm gonna pass it to Zombie Joe.
All right. I will draw my sword. Adjust the shield, and go moving in.
to? All right, up into melee with the big guy.
Yep. Somebody's got to do it. So I've got a +1 to strength, so that's a +1 on my attack. 18.
That hits. You roll a d6.
Yep. 3.
3 points of damage. What are you using as a weapon?
Longsword.
Longsword. So you go and you strike, and he kind of recoils backwards. He takes a few steps back. Wasn't expecting such bravery. Who would you like to pass it to next?
I think I'll pass it to the kidnapper. Forgot the kidnapper's name.
Oh, the kidnapper's already gone.
Oh,
The
he's gone.
terror!
Then
Error.
Yeah, Terror
I
threw a
already
dart
moved.
from the
Terror.
rear rank.
So then we're gonna pass it to. We'll pass it to.
I think Soap.
Me?
So
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, you broke up there for a minute. Thank you. Okay. I think I'm gonna lean on my other career for the first time. I have a bear trap,
Ooh.
and if I have space, I want to go and put the bear trap in between, those of us who are in the back. I mean, ideally, if I have enough movement, I'd love to like maneuver it in a way so that it doesn't get in Zombie Joe's way. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try and make eye contact with him so that he knows it's there.
Sure.
So that if this Death Knight comes towards the main group, he could get caught in the trap, and then I'm gonna skedaddle back with the rest of the group.
Absolutely. So you set down a defensive trap to kind of create a little bit of a barrier, maybe give you some separation if it starts to march forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Who would you like to pass it to?
I will give it to our priest.
All right, Lauren, you're up.
Okay, so I have some stakes. So I have apparently 10 of them. So I'm not sure what the situation is here about how many I can start trying to throw at him or jab at him at a time.
You want to use one as like a ranged weapon?
Yeah, I'm thinking like from wherever I am, just trying to like javelin at him.
Okay. Like you could throw one. Give it a d20 roll. Add your wisdom.
All right, wisdom does not have any more. So it's just straight at 18.
18 hits. Roll me a d4. Wait, hold on. I forgot to say he's in melee right now, so there would be a minus to that attack against that particular
Okay.
foe. But there are 2 skeletons.
Okay. So I think if he's in melee range, then I would just try to jab him with it if I
You want
needed
to
to.
you want to move up into melee? Sorry,
Yeah, I'll move
let me
to
explain.
melee. Yeah.
I don't think I explained
Yeah.
that very well. So
Yeah, no, it's fine.
your ranged attack is at a -5 because he's embroiled in melee.
He's in, okay, I
Yeah,
see what you mean.
but the
okay.
other 2 skeletons are not. So if you have clean shots on them where you wouldn't take the
He shot the
penalty.
skeletons, but not the main guy.
Correct.
I'll run up and try to jab him with it then and go into melee
Okay.
range.
I'll let you
Sorry,
use that same roll. So you go up and attack instead with the stake. Roll me a d4. We'll say that's a
Alright.
d4 damage.
3.
3. Okay. He's a little bit distracted in melee with Zombie Joe's character. You kind of come up around the side and manage to. These are blessed stakes, of course, right? So they pierce right through his armor, through the side. You can see he kind of lets out like kind of this horrible screeching sound as you hit him. I think you got Adrian and Marine still to go.
Let's do Marine.
Okay. I've been debating very quickly, obviously, and I just don't think there's enough room to use what I would want to use, which is the bomb, without killing all of us too.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Yep. So, I'm gonna have to use the only other thing I've got, and I just pick up my crowbar and wail at a skeleton.
Okay, you're going up into melee. Go ahead
I am
and
going to
roll
have to
a
do it.
d20 and add strength if you have it.
Oh, I want to re-roll. It's a 4.
All right, reroll employed.
17.
17 on the basic skeleton will hit. Roll. We'll say crowbar, not a proper weapon, but we'll say it's a d4 of damage.
Okay, I will get out a d4. Why did this all... Oh, I see why. Sorry, my hand was all of a sudden not fitting into my dice bag. Why? And of course, the d4 is the last thing to come up. 3.
3. All right. This skeleton is wearing a pot on its head
Okay.
and wielding a meat cleaver as a weapon. Must have came through the kitchens. But as you go to strike him, he's still standing. Like some of his bones like clatter and fall off, but he's still animated and on his feet. That will bring us to
Okay.
Adrian.
So I wanted to use, since he's distracted, I want to use my thief ability to sneak around him and then use my garrote on him and try to choke him to death.
All right. So you want to get into like a sneak attack position. So
Yeah.
this would be, I'm going to say this would be like a 2-turn process.
2-turn? Okay.
So
all right.
step 1 is to get into sneaking position, which I'm going to say is a dex check
Yeah.
to try to do.
Yeah, thanks.
And then on your next turn, if you're successful, I would say that your attack is automatic and will have you deal damage.
Okay. All right.
So dex check.
18.
18.
Yeah.
You slip behind him, skirting around. I don't know, army crawling through the mushrooms or whatever you're doing, but somehow you get into his blind spot and he does not seem to notice you. All right, so all of you have gone. I'm going to say Helmut is going to see that Marine, your character, has taken a good chunk out of that skeleton. He's going to come in and try to steal your kill.
He can have it.
And he hits it. And he's just like, "Wah!" He hits it, and it goes clattering down. And he just puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, "Don't worry, I will protect you."
Thank you.
Apocalypse Anne she's got her staff out, And I think who's still back there? She's gonna go and kind of mosey up next to Kiwi, to your character, Punchy, and she's like, okay, those guys are up at the front line. How well do you want them still alive at the end of this? Should I fire?
Is there any room to whisper?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you guys are whispering to each other. She's like, should I take my shot? I mean, I don't know.
Look, between you and me, I don't have the money to pay them. If you could lend me a hand.
Okay, here we go. Jeez.
But make it look like you did it by mistake.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. And from her staff, she fires a fireball, which detonates up towards the front. Let's see. I think it's like Marine, Lauren, and Zombie Joe's and Helmut, right? Like the four of you are up in the front. Oh, and wait, and Adrian's character's up there too. So, all of you make dex checks. You want a 16 or higher.
A 16 or higher.
I'm going to be using one of those rerolls.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. I hear 2
And I hit a
rerolls.
16.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
Just got a 17.
I need another reroll.
You need another reroll. I say, yeah, you can take all the rerolls you want on this.
We have heaps.
I also need another reroll.
Okay, I got it.
I need another reroll. I'm just getting worse and worse. I'm like 3, 2, 1-ing it down here. Hold on.
Down to 11.
All right, I got 20.
Okay. So the fireball goes off. I gotta make some rolls for the. I gotta make a roll for Helmut.
He'll make it.
He makes it. He gets.
Yay!
Got a plus on that. Now I gotta do the skeletons and the Death Knight. There's one skeleton left. One skeleton. 18 for the skeleton.
Oh.
And the Death Knight. I'm going to use a DM reroll. Well, the first one I had to use.
Oh, you have those.
But I'm going to say I can't reroll it a second time. So he fails, and he's going to take 3d6 damage. So that's what you saved against.
Oh.
And it's 12 points of damage.
Maybe I don't need to choke him out.
You just hear a very insincere sorry from the back. So it becomes the enemy's turn. So the skeleton, we'll go with the regular skeleton, is going to it's going to move its attention over to you, Lauren, and try to hit you. This one has some muddy boots on, as if it has been marching around outside, and is wielding a candlestick and is trying to bludgeon you with that.
Aw.
So he's going to make an attack roll.
Clue attack here.
I rolled a 7. I'm going to use one of my GM rerolls because this is my only way to use them is in a combat scenario.
Fair.
But only gets a 9, and so even if you don't have any armor, that would miss. Now the Death Knight is pretty pissed off that he had all this fire up in his grill. His metal armor's all like scorched and torched. He just points out towards the back, and you can see that Apocalypse Ann gets imprisoned in these bones, these like almost like rib-like bones that jut up out of the earth and encapsulate and kind of create like a pod around her. And then he's going to take a swing at... Ooh. Who's up there? It's Zombie Joe and Lauren, right? The two of you were attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to take 2 swings each. He's going to take one swing. He's going to do basically a cleave, but I'm going to do 2 attack rolls. So this first one's on you, Zombie Joe.
Yep. 15.
When all is said and done, it's a 26.
Well, I guess that'll hit.
Oh, and first we'll do the damage. 8 points of damage.
All right, so if I've got 6 hit points,
You're at 0 hit
means-
points, and 2 of your item slots have wounds in them.
Oh.
okay.
The extra effect is that he knocks you prone. So on your turn, you can use all of your movement to stand up.
Okay.
The second attack is on Lauren, your character. I will use a reroll because I wasn't paying attention to what you said your AC was. I think that would hit, but I don't know. Okay. 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I could have left it, but 4 points of damage.
All right. I still have one.
All right. So that is the resolution of round 1. We go back to you, Punchy. Give us a D6 roll for initiative.
Okay, here we go. 7. That's with my +1. Yeah.
I'm gonna try a reroll because I rolled a 1. And that's just. You had a 7.
Yeah.
I had a 7 as well. Or wait, no, I have +2, so I'm at an 8.
So you go first.
So he goes first. So skeleton with the candlestick is trying to attack Marine's character. 18 to hit.
Yes.
And that will be it was a D4. So 4 points of damage.
I still have 1.
Death Knight is charging up. He's going to try to well, he's going to take his first swing on you, Lauren, because you're still standing. He wants to knock you. Man, that's not so good. I'm going to use a reroll.
Oh,
Okay. That one will hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's going to be 7 points of damage.
Okay, so that's gonna pull me down. No hit points, and then it's gonna do 1, 2, 3, like 6, up to 6 for my little slots. Whatever. So that just, I guess, I just like drop a lot of stuff. So.
Yes. Yep. You could kind of choose, which things get discarded or whatever.
Fortune.
So he's got one more attack, so it's a matter of I don't know. You get knocked down prone as well with that attack. So Zombie Joe, you're the lucky customer. He's decided he's gonna waffling a little bit, but the sword, he's gonna try to bring it down onto you. 17 to hit.
Yep.
4 points of damage.
My AC is going to go down.
Losing some armor pieces get damaged.
Losing some armor pieces.
We're going to start things off with you then. You're still alive. You're on death's door, but...
1 second. Let me clear out my stuff and replace it with the word wound. All right. I will stand up and I will take a swing with the sword in both hands since somebody hacked my shield off. Going for the mighty swing. I'm going to take a reroll.
Yes. Reroll deployed.
That is a 20.
20 hits.
Yeah. No, it was a natural 20. Does that
Natural
change
20.
anything?
You had a +1 to strength, right?
Yes.
So it'd be a 21 total?
Correct.
21 is the threshold to make it I guess what you could think of as a crit. basically what it means, like the damage is unchanged, but you can
Okay.
add like what he did to you. He chose to knock you prone.
Knocks me prone.
You can add a little flourish or a maneuver to it to maybe add an advantage.
All right. Well, that's 4 points of damage, and I don't know. I would say either knocking him prone or knocking the weapon out of his hand. One or the other.
Sure, your choice.
I'll knock the weapon out of his hand.
All right. So as you stand up, you make this attack with your longsword. You maybe hack off like his hand, and this
Mhm.
longsword goes sailing across the room and drops into some of the foliage in the corner. Awesome. So he's literally unarmed or unhanded. Who would you like to pass to?
Who do we have left? Everybody.
Everybody. Yep.
Right up there
That-
next to you, but so if you want to pass.
Who's right up next to me?
I am.
All right, I'll pass it up to you then.
All right. So I'll stand up and try to stake him again.
Sounds good. Attack roll is strength.
I got 19.
19 hits. These are some pretty good rolls.
All right, and a D4.
D4, yeah.
2.
2. All right. He is still standing. Although you see
All
out
right.
of the corner of your eye, Adrian's character is right behind him.
All right, I'll go to Adrian.
All right, I'm gonna use my garrote to choke him.
All right. And with that, you can just roll your damage.
Yeah. Okay. 5.
5 points. So you managed to get your garrote kind of like around somehow, his helmet and have it kind of wrapped up. You could feel it just like passes through nothingness and kind of gets wrapped up on his neck, like his spine, essentially. And you're kind of in control of him a little bit, kind of restraining him back, and you could hear like the bones starting to crack, but he is still up. Who would you like to pass to?
Let's see who's up there with me. We got Lauren already went. Maureen, right? Maureen's up
Mhm.
there. Yeah.
So you're in combat with the Muddy Boot Candlestick Skeleton.
I am.
Yes.
Okay. So I am going to take my unorthodox weapon again and my unorthodox weapon again and hit skeleton with the candlestick.
Awesome. D20 plus strength.
And I'm going to re-roll.
Reroll.
And I'm going to re-roll one more time.
Okay.
Or not. Okay. Nope. I miss.
All right. Sounds good. Who would you like to pass it to?
I'm going to pass it to Soap.
Awesome.
Okay. I have a bow, so I think I'm gonna go for that because I'm still in the back. I know earlier you were mentioning that rule about like the penalty for melee. So is there anybody I have a clean shot on?
Not at the moment. Although, I'll tell you what, because Adrian's got the death dite garroted and kind of held. I'll say that it's a wash on him.
Okay, we'll go for him.
All right. So D20
for
plus wisdom.
I have nothing, so it's a straight roll. 14?
Would you like to re-roll?
We have a bunch still.
You have a
right?
bunch. You have 8 left.
Reroll.
Sure.
Yeah, tons.
I'll reroll. Natural 20.
That's what you want.
Brr.
So
Yay.
it's not really a crit, but you could roll you roll a d4 of damage.
Okay. Okay. Whoa. That fell off the table. 1 second. 4.
And
Nice.
describe to me what happens to conclude this encounter.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm like hanging out in the back and just trying to like get some sense of what I can see, you know, beyond the bear trap and my friends. And I just sort of jump up from behind and shoot this bow clean into this Death Knight's chest. And I imagine the skeleton, it can just like explode into ashes, which would be lovely.
Absolutely. So your arrow goes sailing in to the void of its helmet, and it seems to trigger such an explosion. It just implodes upon itself. Its armor and the bones and everything just kind of turn into this dust that almost filters down like snowflakes, but it's just ash.
Yeah.
That litters everything. Same thing happens to the other skeleton, like simultaneously. That one also is destroyed, as is the skeletal prison that Apocalypse Annie is stuck in.
Amazing. Cool. There's still one up, right?
That one shatters as well. It seems like
Okay.
there is like a tie.
So are we out of combat?
You're out of combat now. That's the end of the
Amazing.
encounter.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
Good job, team.
We're still alive.
Uh,
Mostly.
Just to make it clear, it wasn't me with the fire. I only
Oh,
have
yeah.
darts.
Either.
It wasn't me.
This fucker Ann tried to kill us.
What? I was-
Gran!
That's not my name.
I'm just pointing out like, yeah, she threw it. She said like, can I hit these guys? And I said no, and she threw it.
You said no?
I said she couldn't throw it at these people. These are my friends.
Oh.
I think
You
I
have
was
to say for
possessed.
yourself, Ann.
I didn't hear that conversation.
Well,
She seemed very
Mine
gung ho about
said-
throwing it.
You do.
are we
Oh.
leaving out of here or what?
does anybody want some ice cream?
No.
Is it still at the
I
corner where we
love
left
some
it?
ice cream.
Here, anybody who it's got a yeah.
Yeah, so one person could get a D6 of healing off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who actually needs healing?
I think the two of us got
I do, yeah.
got damaged.
Okay,
So
Yeah.
These two.
yeah,
Yeah.
you guys take it.
we are both out of hit points. So I'm probably the harder to hit. So I'd say give the ice cream to her.
Thank you. Hey, I got 6. But that only
Nice.
puts me back at 0, I guess. Like that like I don't know how that works with the slots, the hit points.
They would come back. They would come back. You get your slots
They
back.
come back.
Yeah.
So the hit points come back, or the slots like
Uh,
fill up?
I guess I would say. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna rule that you can only recover like your true hit points off of healing, and the slots would have to
The
be
slots
like
are
a
gone.
rest. Yeah.
They're just gone.
I don't know
Yeah,
what the
that
real
makes
rule is, but that's what I would probably do if I was
Makes
doing a
sense.
campaign.
All right.
So here you all stand in this garden that almost seems like it's in kind of its own otherworldly pocket dimension or something. It doesn't really feel like it's truly inside the house. It's silent. You don't hear the giant rumbling around or anything like that. It almost feels, I mean, aside from, the thawing blood in the fountain, probably the safest place you could be in the house currently. What would you like to do?
Her on mute.
Unfortunately, it's probably leaving the safe place.
Yeah. Do we
Probably.
need to like get out of the house and I don't know if we want to try and do the weekend at Bernie's with the goose idea.
Do we have
or if we wanna do-
sunglasses?
Does anybody happen to bring sunglasses?
That's key.
Well, I mean,
True.
Mildred is a goose. She could just have her head tucked up underneath her wing and be sleeping.
Yeah.
We could treat it like she's all tuckered out from a long day of honking, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honking is exhausting.
Yeah.
Like being kidnapped and everything else, and she's feeling safe and not mushy at all.
Yeah, being kidnapped is pretty rough.
Well, we can't stand here forever. Pretty soon, we gotta move.
I totally agree. Let's get the heck out of here.
You know, I kind of don't want this house anymore. If you guys wanted to bomb it, just saying.
Well, we just light the bomb and walk out the door. This door? I mean,
Oh yeah, true. Where do we put it? I'm just saying. I'm not liking this house.
I'm
Well-
just saying, what if we went in one of these rooms that has a window, and we attracted the giant, and when he reaches his hand in, we just hand him the bomb.
Wait, how big is this bomb?
Yeah, how
big enough.
Big
I would
enough
say
to.
It's like a
Can we
little.
put it
Goose.
inside? Can we put it inside of the goose?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, God.
It's dead already.
Yeah, it's a goose.
Point taken,
Stuff
but
that
still,
goose.
poor Mildred.
Oh.
I
Could we
know.
at least
We gotta do
bless-
it. We gotta do
we
it.
at
It's
least
our only
bless
way
the
out.
bomb?
The
We
Trojan
cannot-
goose.
Goose,
Exactly.
The giant's gonna kill us all.
If we gave it some holy water, would for the bomb, would it make it bigger? A bigger.
I
boost,
did
you know,
something
like
similar in the past.
with some sort of
Really?
holy hand, whatever, from Antioch or something.
A holy hand grenade. I read about those ones.
I don't even know if we have any holy water left. But
Wait, I have a relic as a pilgrim. Could I make it a holy hand grenade?
I do too. We can combine them.
You can believe that.
I have an axe.
I believe it.
it's the power of belief.
It's all about faith.
Sounds like an idea.
Yeah.
I think we should do
I
it.
mean, it was made to bloweth my enemies to smithereens.
Goose
Okay.
bomb.
Oh God, I really don't want to do
No.
this to Mildred.
I know.
Like-
I feel.
Like I
We
said,
gotta-
I've done it before and it was very effective.
We gotta find silverware. Put silverware in it too. Everything.
All right,
Oh,
I'm
that's
going
right.
to
Make it in a-
invoke one of the geese encounters to reveal that it is not actually dead.
Whoa!
It wakes up.
Oh,
So we are not.
as I'm
using
shoving the
Mildred.
bomb into its
Yeah, yeah.
mouth, it starts coming back to life.
Oh my god, it's
Oh.
gonna start honking though.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's a miracle.
However,
Okay.
you're still in the garden,
gonna
so
die.
you feel relatively safe. The fact that it's honking.
Okay.
Good. Well, we could just give it back.
Yeah, let's give it back.
let's go back.
Go out the
Yeah,
front
we're
door.
good.
Let's give it back.
Give it back.
I mean, we can convince the goose to eat a bomb.
No,
No.
I'm giving the goose back.
It was
So how
okay
do
when
we-
it was
so-
dead, but now it's
okay.
alive.
If we're gonna give the goose back, how do we wave the white flag?
Do we
So
have
that-
any white?
I think we just kick it out of the
Anyway,
door.
But we don't kick
and then it'll
it.
start honking.
Yeah, and ring your bell.
I can
Tie your
definitely
bell
ring
to
the
it.
bell. I can ring the bell and
Tie
I
a-
can play the harpsichord.
No,
Why
not
don't you
the
tie
harpsichord.
bell around its neck?
Oh
There
yes,
you
tie
go,
the
and
bell around.
send it out the door.
Yes.
Okay.
Mildred. Mildred,
Uh-huh.
we protected you.
Yeah.
Yes, I did not want to put a bomb into your body.
I don't think the
Oh my
goose can
God.
talk. I don't think you have to explain yourself.
That's true.
I don't
think,
know. It's a magical goose. You never know what Mildred knows.
yep,
So
Adrian,
It's true.
you had the
Uh-oh.
were you the one that came up with the bomb idea?
Yes, the
Okay.
bomb idea. Yeah.
I think it's fitting that you do this roll. So, roll me, what was it? D12.
A D12.
Yes.
Okay. 11.
11. Okay. Quality effect form. Roll a 100.
Uh, 79.
Okay. Again.
D100.
Yep.
Okay. 88.
And one more time. Uh-oh.
Oh no. He's writing things down.
79.
Give me I guess a con check.
Okay, con.
Oh no.
Plus 1.
Sound good.
21.
21.
21.
Okay.
Wow.
So the goose starts like hawking in your direction. Are you wearing like armor or anything?
I have a helmet.
So your helmet, like you just feel like almost like you got hit over the head, and as it's squawking at you, it pains you, and all of a sudden, like your neck, like your artery or vein, like kind of pops open. You start squirting out blood,
What?
and it's like you're leaking in like multiple spots. And you kind of like you go and you like put your hand over it,
Yeah.
and like the goose stops honking. And when you like remove your hand, it seems like it stops, but your hand is like covered in crimson blood. And
Oh.
the goose is just
Ew.
like angry, like Donald Duck face looking at you.
Uh, am I okay? Is it still bleeding?
We'll say you take a point of damage from that. But you didn't.
Psychological damage.
Yes.
You look
Yeah, psychological.
fine. You look fine. Emotional
fine.
damage.
okay. So let's get Mildred back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I bought the bell.
Probably for the best.
All right. So the plan is you all together are going to go out the front and flag down the giant and try to reason with him. Give him his goose
No,
back.
I thought we were just gonna
Put the bell.
tie the bell around and
Right.
just
Oh, and have Mildred
Yeah, just let Mildred know
naturally
she's
go
safe.
out there.
Go
Yes.
outside.
Got it.
Put
Okay.
a sign. Maybe put a sign on the goose. Said, sorry. I don't know.
Sounds
We just
good.
walked into this mess. Not our problem. Sorry. Peace.
So are you all
dig it.
gathering in a... Where are you gathered when you do this? You're going back to the Great Hall?
Yes.
Okay.
I think to the great hallway.
When you get to the Great Hall, actually, that's kind of interesting. How are you getting to the Great Hall? But because it's 1150 something, we're gonna assume you navigate through there because you wouldn't be able to go through like the acid area. So you go past. You go past and have a battle with this taxidermied owl bear in this hunting lodge area. That would have been kind of cool. And you go through like the servants' quarters and everything. You circle back around to the front. Tie a little bell around Mildred's neck. Crack the door open. Send it out that way. You hear it hawking and hawking. You hear the stopping of Bonebreaker Tom makes his way over to the front. And you can hear him say, Mildred! Mildred! Oh, my beautiful Mildred! What is that smell? What did they do to you, Mildred? You're filthy. You need a bath. Where are those three? Those thieves? I will have their blood. I will grind their bones to make my bread. Giant threats. Blah, blah, blah. and you can hear he's still like yelling and shouting from the front yard.
Oh.
You know, they did take the goose. You know, you think one of them should answer for their crimes?
Have we seen them recently?
You have the two.
Yeah, are they still with us?
You have the two of them.
Helmut?
You've got Helmut
Oh, okay.
and Apocalypse Ann, who at this point
Okay.
are like with you, and they're like, "Don't send us out there. We can't. He'll kill us."
Hey, where's the third person? Where's
Where's your friend?
She's probably dead.
I
Just
mean,
lost somewhere in the house.
Aren't
They
you all
remember.
dead? You're ghosts.
Helmut's
That's
like, I'm not
possible.
a ghost. What, can you convince him I'm dead and I can just walk with you?
Well, you'll need to take your armor
Ye-
off and give. But he can smell you.
It's true.
Okay, I think there's only one thing that might work.
We blast him. Fireball.
No,
No.
no, no,
how long
no,
can you hold your breath?
no. Okay, I don't smell like a robber. And if he gets to be belligerent, I'll cast a spell on him. But I'm not that very eloquent, so it would be nice if somebody could come with me who could speak more convincingly.
But who? Who would do that?
Who's that?
Who?
Some sort of someone who's good with words.
I mean, I am a poet, but I got thrown out of my last. But we don't talk about that.
Okay, we won't talk about that. Okay, at least be ready to sort of like, I don't know, run if this doesn't work.
Well, ask him if he remembers what the three look like.
Well, I'm going to ask him to say, "Hey, smell me," and see if I smell like a robber. And I'm going to really hope that I haven't caught any smell from Helmut at this point.
Have you been making out with him?
No, but he did protect
Oh.
me.
Should be good.
Oh.
So, Maureen,
Okay.
your character's going out there?
Yep, my character is going to go out there and hope that A, Mildred doesn't have a fit when she sees me, and B, basically to yell, to shout so that the giant can hear that we didn't take his goose and we'd be happy to help him go home.
Yeah. I want to go with her, not for speaking purposes, but because if it's cool with Maureen, I want to give her a protective spell. I want to use my other spell so that she can't be hurt by the giant if this all goes.
The circle. Yes.
The circle.
Okay.
Nice.
So the two of you
Nice.
step out there, and as you do so, you can see he's got Mildred kind of like in his hand, and he's just just with the tip, just like the most gentle caress with just the bottom of his, she's in his palm, and he's like smelling her and like inspecting her. It's they what did they do to you, Mildred? And then you step out, you cast the spell, you cast the protection circle around you.
Yep.
And he looks down, he's like, "You small folk, explain
Yes?
yourselves."
We gave you Mildred back. We took her from the people who stole her.
I want them. I will have their heads. I will squish their tiny little insignificant heads.
You'll have to do that on your own. I can't give them to you, but I would really like to be able to leave this haunted, awful house with my friends.
Go. Get the one with the stupid mustache and the one with the dumb hat and the one with the hook for a hand. I demand all three. And then, once my vengeance is satiated, you could leave. He walks up to the house and he kind of like shakes it. I know you were in there. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm lagging.
Why?
You are listening to 20 Sides to Every Story.
Did we all crash out of Discord?
Yeah, I think
I
Discord
think we
just-
did.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't.
I thought it was
We
just
both
me.
did.
So sorry about that.
I was worried. I
That was
was.
chaotic as fuck.
That
Oh
was
my
Still,
that was
God.
a
we're still on
first for
Twitch
me.
though.
We're still on
That's
Twitch.
Hi.
It was
This
just
is
a.
That's
live.
the giant just
Oh,
destroying
man.
the party.
All we heard was, "Tell me."
It's the canon and it's the canon ending.
So sorry about that, everybody. So basically, as you're talking, he's demanding the 3 adventurers, and he even goes up to the house and kind of shakes it as he is able to do, and the whole house kind of cracks and shakes.
What does your
and...
third? I ask.
Would
What does
you
your
accept
third
2 out of
friend look
3?
like?
Sounds like he knows what they
Oh,
look like.
yeah,
It's
like
good.
sorry, I think I said
For
it
us.
when we went off. He was like, "Give me the one with the stupid mustache and the
Yes.
big hat and the hook for a hand. I demand all 3."
So who do we have? We have the one with the mustache and the one with the hook hand, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm guessing. So we need a big hat.
Yeah.
I think we should have just blown this guy up.
I'm gonna go ahead and one last time I said, look, I can cast a spell on you right now that will send you right back home. Or you can go yourself. We'll try and find the people who stole her from you. And if we find them, we'll bring them back. And in the meantime, you've got Mildred.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted, right?
He is just belligerent. He's like, "Give me them. Give me their heads. Either you do it or I will do it."
What can we compromise, perhaps? Which is, something that sometimes happens, in famous trials and things in the theater, is we give them to you if we can find them, and then you give them a fair trial.
Okay. What do you suggest?
Well, we could hire, someone who
Ah,
could hear
yes.
their
My
side
cousin.
and
I'll
your
go
side.
get my cousin.
Okay.
Very impartial.
Totally impartial.
And aren't trials generally about the person who had the intent versus people who didn't really know what was going on? So some people may not be as guilty as others.
Those 3 are very guilty, and I will have a trial to decide which way I will kill them.
You know what? That is harsh but fair. They did steal Mildred.
Well, maybe they had a reason. Your goose is very beautiful and
Thank you.
valuable, and
Yes.
yes, an excellent goose. I mean, the most fantastic goose I've ever seen. So I could imagine that maybe they had thoughts of positive uses for the goose for the greater good, rather than for self gain. So we should maybe keep an open mind during their trial.
Make a charisma check.
Yeah, which I'm terrible at.
You got 7 rerolls. I'll let you use as many
Don't
rerolls
worry,
as
we
you
have
want.
plenty of rerolls.
10.
Okay, that's not it.
Yeah. 18.
Reroll.
Okay.
Okay.
He says, "Okay. I don't know why, but your voice is pleasing to listen to, and you somehow are making sense to me. Trial, maybe there is justification. We will have Mildred decide."
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, no. Who does Mildred decide on?
"Go, get those other 2. He sets Mildred on the ground.
I'll wave back to the house to tell you all to send the our two friends forward.
You two gotta move.
I'm not going out there.
I think we just grab him and forcibly bring him out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, he got
So,
roped.
is the whole group
gonna
like heading out
go.
at this point? You grabbing them
Oh, yeah.
and wrestling them out, no problem. So,
We don't know where the one with the hat is.
yeah, you don't know where the one with the hook hand is. They never came up, but so you wrestle them outside, and you can just see it's taking every ounce of restraint from Bonebreaker Tom not to just like start smashing them with his improvised flail. But he says, "You two, this one with the big words says, perhaps you had a good reason to steal the most precious thing of my life, my dear Mildred, the only thing that I live for. You come to my home and you pluck her away. Why? Why would you do this?" And Helmut just like puts his hands in the air and he says, "'Cause she told me to." And then the giant's eyes are fixated on Apocalypse Ann. Who's got Apocalypse Ann held?
I'm gonna say I do.
You got her like in a full Nelson or something. Someone's confiscated her staff.
We got
so-
manacles. We got manacles.
Yeah, you got her. She's not gonna be able to fire any fireballs or anything. And he says, "You explain yourself." And she says, "I heard it could lay golden eggs, and we were going to feed lots of hungry children with the proceeds." The giant's like looking at all of you, trying to suss out if anyone's going to back this up.
Yeah, you see in the back, Lucky's just like,
I mean, we don't know because we don't know. We just found them in the house. But it sounds like a reasonable proposition.
she did fireball you guys.
Oh yeah. No, there are no kids.
I thought that was an accident.
The goose waddles up, kind of sniffs out Helmut's feet, goes and sniffs over at Apocalypse Ann a bit,
Oh,
spreads its wings,
oh no.
and its wings seem to somehow just kind of go as it lets out this honking sound. Apocalypse Ann, her flesh just deteriorates. It's like Indiana Jones, just
Aw.
blood until she turns just like bones, dry bone, and drops to the ground. And Helmut is just sitting there soiling himself. Ah! The goose just kind of goes over, looks at him, and seems to give him a pass as Mildred just turns around and waddles her way back to Bonebreaker Tom.
Thank you, Mildred.
Holds out his palm and she nestles in there. Well, okay. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about that. How about all of you?
That's the best of a bad set of outcomes, yes.
What's this about me going home now, huh?
Well,
You got a magical beanstalk or something I can climb?
I
no,
did ask for one.
no, but I have a spell, and the spell will reverse gravity. And so that means you will go up if I cast the spell on you.
Okay. How about we go back to that little turnip town of yours so I'm closer to the castle so I can grab hold of something on my way up?
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
You're not going to
We'll
just send me
warn
up
the
into the
people.
sun, are you?
No, no,
Oh.
no. I will do my best to make sure that you have to be sure that you're pretty sure that you will be able to grab your castle on the way up. Okay. Anybody have any qualms about that?
No.
And I will point out that all the people in that town had nothing to do with the stealing of Mildred either, and their homes are damaged. Their businesses are dead.
Mm.
So you may want, perhaps, to acknowledge that your anger created a great hardship for them.
I'll send down a couple golden eggs as reparation.
Ah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, whenever you're ready, well, I can leave this house. Oh, but I think maybe, isn't this your house and don't you want to stay here?
Yeah, I don't want it anymore. It's haunted.
Okay,
You,
but we're
you
going to
know what?
talk.
As an apology gift, the giant could probably have it. Or if Mildred wants to visit. I don't know. You guys can take whatever you want in that place. I don't want it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. Sure.
Sounds
Okay.
good. So you
I
all
heard
make
there
your
was like
way.
a cave at the bottom that you could use.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good place for a guy named the Terror.
That's true.
Very true.
Well, you all make your way back to Turnip Hill with Bonebreaker Tom. You use your spell to send him back. Maybe there's some, introductions between the mayor and such that are made before you send him back. But you feel pretty good that he's gonna make good on his word to make them whole.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got Helmut with you. He's like eternally grateful and pledges himself to you for having saved him, and he's kind of your hireling for life, for as long as you want him.
Yay!
And so, yeah, I think maybe to wrap up, like that's kind of like it, right? You can all feel pretty good about what you did, and maybe we'll just kind of go around and give each of you kind of a little. Tell us what happens or what happens to your character or whatever you want to say to kind of close this out here. So, Adrian, we'll go to you first.
I think Warwick will wind up going back to his assassinations guild, because when he thought of the idea of putting the bomb into the goose's mouth, it conjured up all these warm memories from past jobs, and maybe he wants to go back and do that. So that's what happened.
Awesome. Lauren.
All right. I don't think I ever actually told you my character's name. She is Sister Agnes. So, she is going to report back to whatever network of spy handlers she has about the strange that she encountered with the Jack and Beanstalk monster.
Awesome. Let's go next to Ryan.
I'm gonna say that Nameless Ted finally found a name, and his name is actually Phil.
Awesome. I think we might have lost Zombie Joe. I don't know. We'll see.
I think so.
I think we lost him.
Maybe.
How about Maureen?
My character's name is Delilah, which of course she would not have shared with any of you. And she is thinking that the next time she goes out on a goofy job, she's going to make sure to see if she can get Soap to partner with her. We
Aw.
made a pretty good team.
Yeah, we did actually.
Well, that's fitting. We'll go to Soap next.
Yeah, I think her name was Fortuna, and I think she'll
Mhm.
go back to after this like quasi successful negotiation. I think she feels a little bit like more confident, so she'll go back to the pub that kicked her out most recently and try to get back on the books for a new poetry reading. Yeah, that sounds apt.
And Helmut
Awesome.
will be there.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's part of the act now.
And Kiwi. Let's hear what happens to Punchy.
Punchy has since gone missing and has been seen since, and another will has been sent out to his next of kin.
Awesome. And let's go then last to the terror.
He go finds a nice girl and lives happily ever after.
Aww. The end.
The end.
We have little terrors.
Well, thank you all
Yeah.
for playing.
Closes with a heart.
Oh, this is fun.
Thank you all for watching. We
Mhm.
raised $2,155 for
Yay!
Children of Wisconsin.
Nice.
So we can
Love
feel
everyone.
good about that. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for helping me keep the tradition alive and having us play a little game. Back like a long
was
time ago,
great.
we used to do like the 24-hour games.
Oh
Would
God, I don't even
stand
know
for
how you did
24
that.
hours. So by the end of those, I would be looking like Joe there. It's almost an impossible
Yes.
feat. But now that I got kids, a little 4-hour game, that's nice. That's the way to do it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so thanks everybody for playing. Hopefully I've got more stuff that I'll be doing on the channel starting in December. Next week on Friday, I'm going to be playing another old school game, an old school module called The Nightmare Over Ragged Hollow. It's got maybe some similarities to this module, but maybe a little bit more serious in tone. So we're actually playing that here at my game table. So we'll see how my acoustics are and sort that out, see if that works out okay to be all in the same room and mic'd up and everything. And then we talked about it at the start of the stream, but at the end of the month, we're going to be bringing Dolmenwood back. So Ryan and Isaac and Marine all play in that. So that'll be coming back, and we'll be romping around in the woods again. I think with that, we're going to call it a night and say thank you for all the generosity. If you're wanting to hang out, you can come and join our Discord server. Maybe some of us, maybe you'll hang out a little bit in the General 2 voice chat. So come by, say hi, come hang out. And you can always join our server just to kind of see what we're up to, what our schedule is, and, get in games like this. All these are people that I recruited through the channel. So thanks, everyone. We'll call it a night and see you soon.
Take care.
See you, folks.
Good night.
Bye. Good